months have passed since that title matchup. And we're back at the same site, Brawley Stadium in Florence, Alabama. The same two teams set to have at it again this afternoon. And hi, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler. Welcome to Florence. It's never happened before in Division II playoff history, the same two teams meeting for the title, much less in consecutive years. For Jacksonville State, it's their last attempt to win this crown, too. They move to 1AA status next year. Here's how they got to the title game. A win over Savannah State of Georgia, a close one on this field over North Alabama, and then a high-scoring affair in beating New Haven, Connecticut last week. For the defending champion Gorillas of Pittsburgh State, they're 14-0. It hasn't been an easy road, though. In the playoff, they beat North Dakota. Then they took on North Dakota State, and they put it on the foot of their kicker, Jeff Wood. A 39-yard field goal with 2 seconds left sent the game to overtime. Both teams scored in overtime. Then it was time for the Gorilla defense.
Takes it, runs it, and will pitch it outside. He is hit in. Did he get in? He didn't make it. He didn't make it. He didn't get in. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Well, that game indeed was over, but the dramatics for Pittsburgh State weren't over. Ronald Moore, fighting leg cramps, their All-American running back, had some kind of day last week in the victory over Portland State. 379 yards, 5 touchdowns. This 93-yarder in the fourth quarter helped ice the 3-point victory.
Now, I'm sure for most of you, that's your first look at Ron Moore, and he is obviously a great football player, but down in this locker room, he's a pretty familiar face. They've been watching film of him all week, and of course they faced him last year in the championship game and held him to only 72 yards. In fact, it's really the strength of this football team, their rush defense. Only 3 teams all year have been able to gain more than 200 yards on the ground in a single game. And how do they do it? Any magical formulas? No, not really. It's their base defense. They're going to put 8 people near the line of scrimmage, and in this game with 2 tight ends, they may even sneak up their 9th guys. What's the key of this game? It's really going to be tackling opportunities. They have to tackle Ron Moore and not let him get a lot of additional yardage when they have him trapped. Now, does stopping Ron Moore guarantee victory? Well, of course not. They stopped them last year, and they didn't win the football game. And that means number 12 is the key to the game, Brian Hutchins. He make the big play and go deep.
Well, Gary, if Brian Hutchins can't go long and comes up short, then Jacksonville State is going to get their chance, but their last chance to win this national title game. They come behind the leadership of 10 seniors, all who have been here before, 3 out of the last 4 years, as a matter of fact. Well, next year this team plays in Division I AA, so consider the end of a 4-year career. Your last game, your last chance. These guys are playing for pride.
We've been here 2 times before and came up short. It would just be our goal, and we've set out to get it, and we've conquered it.
Me being a senior, each week was my last game, unless we won. Here we are, it is the last game, and, there's nothing past this.
There's only going to be one thing on my mind, and that's win.
Pittsburgh State, the defending champions, an unblemished record. Jacksonville State 11-1-1, a rematch of a year ago. Chuck Royals, in his 3rd season as head man at Pittsburgh State, played there, was an All-American there, and now has got that kind of record, including a national championship a year ago. Bill Burgess, in his 8th season, 68 wins. His final shot at a Division II crown will be in the next 3 hours here. And it was interesting just to watch the teams at the coin toss. You know that these kids know each other well from the game last year. And that coin toss went to Pittsburgh State. They won it, and they'll have it first, and that is Ronald Moore. Not only a great running back, but a dangerous kick returner as well. Slade Stinnett's got it teed up for the Gamecocks. A of Jacksonville State. And the Division II National Championship to be determined under perfect conditions in mid-December. You can't ask for better weather as we're only a couple of weeks away from Christmas in Dixie. Sunny, very little wind, and two ground-oriented attacks set to do battle. And Ronald Moore will camp under it at the 1-yard line. And he's got an opening with a great stiff arm. The kicker to beat. Ronald Moore down the sideline. 99 yards, touchdown. The way you defend your national championship. And they go for two. Moore will be tackled. So something saved for Jacksonville State, at least, as Carl Barnett made the tackle on the two-point conversion attempt.
Well, they're 1 for 2 tackling Ron Moore, but they got the tackle on the wrong one of the two. They saved 2 points and lost 6. Electrifying kickoff on this beginning of this opening of this game. You see Ron Moore, he gets into the middle of this kickoff, and he has got a powerful straight arm. Coach Burgess said he could play linebacker if he had to, but he runs a 4.5 40, and with that strength, you just can't bring him down.
What a great tightrope job on the sideline, too, as Stinnett got a piece of him, the kicker. Came in averaging over 26 yards a kick return. There's the great stiff arm Gary was talking about. And then he tiptoes his way.
Yeah, when you watch a lot of films of Ron Moore, you just see him make one stiff arm after another. He's just 220 pounds and stronger than most of the people on the field.
So Ron will take a seat after winning the Harlan Hill Trophy as Division II's most valuable player this season in a ceremony on Friday night here in Florence, Alabama. He showed the folks why he won that award on the first play of our game. If you're Bill Burgess, you're thinking, well, you know, I got one of the best kick returners in the country. Wouldn't that be a great answer if Danny Lee could take one coast to coast? Jeff Wood to kick. And Danny Lee, who has 5 returns for touchdowns, 3 of them on kickoffs, number 26 back deep. High short kick. Lee from the 16. Lee with a nice return to the 36-yard line, 20-yarder. Let's take a look at the Jacksonville State starting lineup offensively. Danny Lee, as we talked about, a triple threat with Richardson, Robinson, and Powell. They don't throw much. When they do, it's Tracy Pilot, 14 catches and 3 touchdowns. Dooley's the tight end, and Andre Allen may not be tall, but at 295, he's the strongest player on that front wall with Ingram, Maple, Hollis, and Allison. First down from the bone. And Sean Richardson, the fullback, picks up about 5 against the Pittsburgh State defense led by Troy Wilson. Last year, 3 sacks in this game. He joins Hanna, Ruzick, and Blackburn. Chris Mangarelli knocked Jacksonville State's quarterback out of the game last year. They remember him. Boone, Gosh, and Bradbury join him in the 4-man linebacker corps. And Duke Palmer has got 9 interceptions with Thornton and Brown in the secondary. And a whistle stops play on a 2nd and 5 as the give was to Richardson again.
And you can see all the people for Pittsburgh State pointing that movement in the line prior to the snap.
Jerry Miranda's our referee today. The illegal procedure will make it 2nd down and 10 yards to go. That's the offensive coordinator.
Offense. We're going to repeat the down. 2nd down.
For Jacksonville State as they come out in the wishbone, and they will run the ball almost as effectively as Pittsburgh State, if that's possible. 262 yards on the ground per game for the Gamecocks. 2nd down and 10. going to throw. And Lee, trying to cut back, loses his footing. And he'll lose a yard. Had he been able to keep his feet, who knows? But he goes down at the 35-yard line.
Jacksonville State that time lined up on an unbalanced line, putting Lee in the slot to the wide side of the field, and they just tried to throw him like a long handoff and get him the ball, but the pursuit from inside out of the Pitt defense was just too much.
Third down and 12, and when you're not a passing team, it's not the kind of spot you want to find yourself in very often during the course of the day. And the option toss to Eric Powell with a flag down, and Powell is down 2 at the 39-yard line. Mengarelli made the tackle, but again a penalty marker down. This one will go against Jacksonville State as well.
An illegal shift on the offense. It's going to be refused for a 4th down.
The illegal shift penalty declined by Pittsburgh State will bring up the punting situation for Steve Lewis. Pretty impressive numbers for both these coaches over the last several seasons. That's Lewis, the senior. There will be no punt return there as Eric Stevens makes a great stop on the special teams. It's a 6-0 Pittsburgh State lead. Already with a touchdown lead, but yet to take a snap on offense. When they do, it'll be Brian Hutchins, a dangerous quarterback. 12 through the air, 9 on the ground with Tobin and Moore, who we've seen a lot of already. Ray Staten, 51 catches and 8 touchdowns. Joins Lutz and Sparkman in the receiving corps. And up front, a good lineup. Mike Brockle, 2-time all-conference with Kessinger, Bullard, Duncan, and Sharp for Pittsburgh State's Gorillas with a 6-0 lead, and this time working from the 24-yard line. Play action and going deep. And a beautiful play defensively by Eric Stevens. Or that one may have been a touchdown. We kidded with Pittsburgh State's offensive coordinator about going long on the first play yesterday, and he did.
Well, Jerry Gill told us if they had decent field position, it also helps when you have a 6-point lead. Right at the end of this play, you see Ray Staten. He runs a 4.440 transfer from West Virginia, but a beautiful play that time by Eric Stevens to get in there and make the play.
There's Jerry Kill. He kind of smiled when we said, how about play action on the first pass and going deep? And he indeed did. Now they go back to what they do best. And that's the ground game. Joey Tobin, who's got almost 1,000 yards on the season, knocked out by Mondrico Blair. As we take a look at the Gamecocks defensively, Wendell Kelly leads the defensive lineman in tackles and sacks with McDaniel, Lewis, and Blair. Marty Bridges, 123 tackles and 3 block kicks. Keep that in mind today with King, Barnett, and Sherman. Tim Sutton, the leading interceptor, with 7 on the year, and the leading tackler in the secondary was Stevens and Shepard. 3rd down, 5, Pittsburgh State. The pitch and keeps it, and Hutchins goes down about a yard short of a 1st down. Curtis McDaniel made the tackle.
And that's really the key, Brad. From the backside of that option, Jacksonville State has great speed on their down linemen and linebackers, and they can really outrun Brian Hutchins from behind on that option play if it's strung out properly on the front side.
Jeff Wood comes in to punt for Pittsburgh State. Line drive to Lee at the 35. Got about 7 on the return and much better field position for the Gamecocks on this possession. First time it was 3 and out with a couple of penalties.
And that's really the guy they have to get the ball to, Danny Nee, any way they can. He scores touchdowns in a lot of different ways. But the option offense for Jacksonville State, you just have to be patient with and run the ball to the fullback.
Chuck Robinson on the keeper. Puts his head down, drives Chris Brown, the safety, with him out near the 49-yard line. Chuck Robinson can do it on the ground, too. You see his numbers on the season. He got 6 yards there. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
And it's really with the emergence of Chuck Robinson that this Jacksonville State offense has really emerged as he's become more comfortable running the whole offense.
He became the full-time starter in the 5th game of the season, and that has really sparked this team the rest of the year. First man through, close to a first down, is going to be Terrence Bowens. I think he's about a yard short, though. Mangarelli, the linebacker, inside, made the hit. There's Chris Mangarelli, a senior out of Robinson, Kansas, 5'11", 220.
The Jacksonville State offensive line is very undersized, but a lot of teams, Air Force Academy in particular, run effectively the wishbone with small offensive linemen.
Jacksonville State 3rd and 1. 39% on the year on their 3rd down conversions. And the first man through's got it. Bowens, the big fella, rumbles to the 45-yard line. And that'll be a first down. Bowens, they've got a lot of backs that have over 400 yards on the season. He's one of them. They go with 4 touchdowns.
In a wishbone offense, you're really trying to spread the ball between all 4 or 5 different backs and keeping them fresh, the fullback and the 2 halfbacks.
On a first down at the 45. And Robinson keeps it again. He dives forward, got almost 5. Tim Bradbury, the outside linebacker, made the stop.
As we were talking about, you know, in a wishbone offense, you want to spread it around. The play is called, and really nobody knows who's going to get the ball before the play starts. You can see it, Richardson, the fullback. The quarterback, Chuck Robinson, of course, Danny Lee's their big play guy, gets it a little bit less than everybody else, and Bowens a backup.
2nd and 5. Gamecocks at the 40. A late pitch to Lee, and he's going to lose about 5 yards. Jerry Boone, the outside linebacker, helped clean up after Troy Wilson made initial contact. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Gorilla fans hoping their defense can prevent the 3rd and long. Robinson with plenty of time. Down he goes. Troy Wilson again.
Troy Wilson at 6'4", 245, had 23 sacks a year ago. He's really the only man on that defense that is overmatched. As far as the Jacksonville State people are concerned, they don't have anyone that can match up and block him, but give half the defensive sack on this one to the coverage.
Steve Lewis to punt again. And it'll be down at the 23-yard line. And that's where Pittsburgh State will go to work when we come back. With 8:47 to go, first quarter, the Gorillas in front by 6. Defensive coordinator Tim Beck of Pittsburgh State talking things over with his defense on the Gorilla sideline. The offense back on the field, and Pittsburgh State in front on Ronald Moore's kickoff return for a touchdown on the opening play of the game, 6-0. Offensively, Moore got about 3. They're not afraid to run right up the middle with Ronald Moore, and a lot of people say, why don't they try to get it outside? Well, he's done pretty well, thank you, on the season going up the middle. How about 2,500 yards plus so far?
Yeah, and it's really a philosophy by the Pittsburgh State offense to be happy with 4 or 5 yards and not try to block every play for a touchdown, every single call. Ron Moore very able to just run the ball and gain 3, 4, 5 yards all game.
2nd down is 7, and the keeper is Hutchins across the 30 to the 31, where it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Those are the type of plays that just kill you. Having the quarterback stop to the outside, and he turns up and has the ability to pick up another 4 or 5 yards, and you get these 3rd and short plays all day.
Hutchins, the quarterback, a junior out of Pittsburgh, Kansas. Hometown product, stayed at Pittsburgh State. He's got impressive rushing numbers, as you've already seen in the season. 3rd down, a long 2. Chad Kling in motion. And flags down as as Hutchins keeps it. But Curtis McDaniel there to meet him.
He had two people in motion. That had to be a screw-up in a formation call because Ron Moore and the receiver were both going.
Could maybe get away with that in the CFL, but not here. And I'm not so sure Jacksonville State's not going to have the opportunity to decline this, and that would force a punt because they didn't get much on the keeper.
I was down on the field, Brad, before the game, and the Jacksonville State defense was extremely fired up for this football game.
We had an illegal shift on the offense that's going to be refused, okay? We have 4th down, number 4.
It is 4th down, another punting situation for Pittsburgh State. Adrian.
All right, well, keep your eye on the long snapper here, Ronnie Fuller. Now watch, when he snaps the ball, it's not going to be a real tight snap. The first snap was kind of low. The guys across the ball think they can get after him. If not here, maybe next time around.
Oh, they almost got that one. So close, and maybe getting a piece of it was Darren Edwards. The ball does go 35 yards before it gets out of bounds, but Edwards, I think, might have gotten a hand on it. Fuller, the long snapper. Here's another look.
Darren Edwards is going to come from the left side. The block really isn't on this play. He just kind of jumped to the side, and the ball was shanked a little bit, and the combination of the two almost got the block.
Jacksonville State will throw on 1st down, and Lee has it and keeps his footing. Forward progress up around the 41-yard line. So that's going to be a 6-yard pickup. Tim Bradbury finally runs him down.
That's the interesting point of this wishbone type offense for Jacksonville State is Danny Lee is going to line up all over this backfield. That time he was in a wing position to come out on the option and dump him the ball, and again a very safe pass but a very positive play when you're not able to run the ball inside yet.
Danny Lee came in with only 6 receptions on the season, but he averaged 26 yards a catch and had 3 touchdowns. And a 1st down run across the 45 for Sean Richardson. He's the guy that they have to make go in this offense today if they're going to win.
The 2 fullbacks in a wishbone offense have to set up the outside game. You have to get those linebackers and those defensive linemen have the ability to respect the fullback, and then you can start to get outside with the football.
6-0 Pittsburgh State, the defending champions, in front with 6:20 left in the 1st quarter here at Brawley Stadium in Florence, Alabama. And a 1st down for Jacksonville State from the 46-yard line. Inside give again to Richardson. Maybe got 3 if he's lucky. As the hole closed in a hurry. Chris Brown came flying up from the secondary. And again, Richardson, one of several backs. They don't have a 1,000-yard guy, but they've got so many that have 400, 500, and 600. And as Gary mentioned, they really spread it around. Only a 2-yard gain for Richardson. 2nd down and 8.
On balance, right, and they've got him outnumbered there too.
That's the direction they had. He wanted to throw, and he's not going to get a chance to do either. Chance Ruzick out of Ulysses, Kansas. The defensive tackle comes up with a sack.
Again, from the backside, the play is going to be made. You're going to see Robinson come down the line of scrimmage, and from behind, Ruzick is going to make the play because of the coverage in the secondary. Give credit to the people staying at home, the cornerbacks staying at home, Palmer, Thornton, and Chris Brown for another sack.
Now, when you're a team that only averages about 46 yards a game passing, again, to find yourself in 3rd and 14 doesn't help the cause. And they will keep it on the ground. Lee on a delayed draw. And he got it to the 47-yard line. That's it. That's back near the original line of scrimmage. It'll still bring up 4th down about 9.
Well, Jacksonville State just happy now to still play a field position game. Get out in there, punt the ball. They're not going to pick up 3rd and long all day, as you talked about. They just have to successfully play defense and try to win the field position game early in this game.
Steve Lewis has been a busy punter. Eric Perks, number 3, has been a busy return man. This is a great kick. Perks backpedals to the 9 and had it going in the right direction until he ran into Jacarl Barnett. With 4:20 to go, 1st quarter, still the Gorillas in front by 6. Pittsburgh State in front 6-0 with 4:20 left in the first quarter. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, and Adrian Karsten with you from Raleigh Stadium in Florence, Alabama. Division II football championship on the line in a rematch of a game from a year ago, won by Pittsburgh State 23-6.
And you can see the punt return team is going over trying to block those two Hawks, the wingmen on the outside of the punt team for Jacksonville State. They haven't been able to control them.
On the 12-yard line, and a penalty marker down. We've seen a lot of flags early in this one.
Yeah, and I think still both teams tighten this football game. It is a national championship football game, and you're trying to repeat. Everybody's still on edge.
With a dead ball start on the offense, we're going to have 1st and 15.
So now they're going to be backed up inside their own 10, way back near the 6-yard line. Chuck Royals, MIAA Coach of the Year again in 1992. Pittsburgh State, Pittsburgh, Kansas, 120 miles from Topeka. Here's Moore breaking a tackle. He got back near the original line of scrimmage. Just in the playoffs, Gary, the number that this kid has put up, phenomenal.
And, the thing that impresses you about Ron Moore is he just gets up and is ready to run the ball on the next play. He carries the ball a lot. One drive against Portland State, we saw the opening drive of the second half. He carried it 12 out of 14 times on film. Just got up and was ready to play. He's just a tough, durable back and wants the football.
Averaging 27 points. 5 touchdowns last week and 5 the week before. 2nd and 10. And the pitch to Moore. Trying to get to the corner. Got it out to the 18. Tim Suddeth from the secondary made the hit.
Well, I'll tell you, the thing about him, Ron Moore, is not the first guy doesn't bring him down very often. This time Wendell Kelly, number 56, runs it down from behind, but Moore again falls forward, and over the game, those falls forward and missed tackles adds up to another 60, 70 yards, and it wears on you as a defense.
3rd down at 4. 2 tight end set. And Moore tries the left side this time, and Jacksonville State there to meet him. Maybe got a yard. Willie Jett out there in a hurry, number 30.
I'll tell you,
first contact.
Well, Brad, Willie Jett gets a tackle, but credit Marty Bridges, number 34, the inside linebacker. That's really what outnumbered the play. He broke a block inside and forced the play wide to the outside. Marty Bridges, good job from the inside out tackling.
It's a good thing that the Gorillas got the kickoff return from Moore to go ahead, because this is their 3rd straight 3-and-out situation. But they got a great kick that time. And it goes out of bounds back at the 37-yard line. 44-yard punt. Let's go down to Adrian Carson on the sideline. Adrian?
Guys, you're talking about Ronald Moore. A lot of the NFL scouts say he's much better perimeter runner, but what I can see from the end zone as they're heading out here, he's looking for that first hole, center to guard or guard to tackle. The thing he does so well is bounce right off, and Gary, you said that he really doesn't go down to that first man. He's doing a fantastic job of bouncing off those tackles so far.
He's got great balance, too. We've seen him watching a lot of film of him this week. Straight up the middle. You don't need a lot of balance if you're Terrence Bowens. You just put your head down and go out for about 10 yards. Joel Thornton got him from the corner.
When you can establish the fullback up the middle of the option play, it's just a matter of time before you're going to go wide. This time Thornton's going to get the ball. Terrence Bowens is going to get the ball. And you can see it. In there, finds a crease and bounces into the secondary, and then when free safeties are making the tackle, and especially freshman free safeties are making the tackle, it's in for a long day.
And take a look. He said he got 10. More to take. First down. We've had 6 total possessions in the game, all ended in punts so far. Again, the kickoff return on the very first play of the game is why we have a 6-0 Pittsburgh State lead. The 47-yard line. First down for the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. Back into guerrilla territory is Terrence Bowens again, a senior out of Marietta, Georgia. 5'11", 5'9", rather, 210.
Chuck Robinson and Terrence Bowens at time are looking at the same person, the end man on the line of scrimmage. And if there's a crease there, he's going to give it to the fullback and then follow on with the fake. The unique thing about running option football is you can run at the point of attack without blocking the point of attack. It gives you a lot of angles.
Second down and 6. And this time, Robinson keeps it. Picked up about 3. It's still going to be a third down situation. Third and close to 3 coming up.
Number 55, Cooper Harris, that time got into the backfield and made Robinson have to cut up inside. You're going to see this is a counter option this time. He's going to start one way and come back the other way. He's got a guard leading the play, but you're going to come into the picture, number 55, Cooper Harris, and that's really what forces Robinson to cut it up inside.
Jacksonville State 1 out of 4 in their third down conversions. They've got another one here. Third and 3. At the Gorilla 45-yard line. Again, it's the counter going the other way. I don't think he got there. Mangarelli and company will bring down Robinson short of the first down, it appears.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and real short, but on that tackle, Pittsburgh State defense had 10 people outside the hash making a play on a short yardage, 3rd and short. So, you know, that's the kind of defense that you have to have coming from the outside. You're going to see a counter option coming. Go ahead and roll this thing. You see him fake to the fullback and step out. And then when he cuts back in, you're going to see the whole Pittsburgh State defense right there.
Another measurement coming up as Chuck Broyles looks on. Inches shy. That close.
Tough thing about going for this in the short yardage situation is you are undersized if you're Bill Burgess trying to decide whether to go for it. And Pittsburgh has started on their own 23, 23, and 12 in 3 possessions. So if you don't make it, you're going to give them good field position.
Here comes 4th down conversion. 6 out of 9 on the year in this situation for the Gamecocks. And they've got it. They got the inches, and they got about 3 yards after that. Sean Richardson straight ahead off the right side. So the first big play offensively of the game for the Gamecocks is on a 4th down situation. And they've got it now at the Pittsburgh State 39.
Well, after surviving the kickoff and a couple seconds left in the first quarter, I got to believe Jacksonville State feels good about their position right here.
They're just going to wait it out and have a chance to talk it over on the sideline. They'll have a first down to start the second quarter. The first quarter is history. From Florence, Alabama, Pitt State front by 6. Set to start the second quarter. Pittsburgh State in front 6-0 over the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. And on the season, Gary, when they score early, they seem to do much better because they struggle a little bit in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you can see the type of advantage they have in the first quarter, and actually it goes down by quarters. They have a pretty good job in the second quarter, but their third and their fourth quarters, 85 and then 52, so they seem to tire as the game goes on. They need to score here.
At the 39 of Pittsburgh State. On the pitch. And they finally do get outside. Derek Griffey goes 11 yards and another Jacksonville State first down.
What a beautiful relationship that time between Griffey and Robinson. Watch, they put it into the belly, and now he's out in the corner. One man there, makes him take the quarterback, pitches it out, and that's as nice as you can run a sweep without blocking the end man in the line of scrimmage. Bradbury that time is just lost. He can't even use his tackling ability because Robinson isn't going to let him do it.
Deepest penetration in the game for Jacksonville State. 7th play of the drive. Man, straight up the middle. The bulldozer, Bowens. And Terrence Bowens to the 23-yard line. They don't pass much. We knew that coming in.
Well, we asked the coaching staff, can you win this football game only throwing the ball 46 yards? They've been averaging 46 yards for the whole year. And they said, yes. In fact, if we throw for too many, I don't like our odds.
That's right. They looked at you as if, what kind of question is that? Of course we're going to win with 46 yards in the air. 2nd and 6. Bowens again. Going to be close to another first down inside the 20. Chris Mangarelli's been a busy linebacker, and he made another stop.
And he's going to have to be to continue to be a busy linebacker because they're going to keep running that fullback. And the angles that you create by blocking down like an Air Force does with the wishbone lets your undersized offensive lineman just move people, and then it's up to the quarterback whether he hands the ball or not. So the linebackers are going to have to make a lot of plays to stop the fullback.
3rd down and 1 at the Pittsburgh State 18 for the Gamecocks. May have been some motion on the left side as Bowens goes to the 15 with what would be a first down, but I think the left tackle maybe got off the line a little bit too early.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if it wasn't the tight end also. Both of them moving at the same time, Brad. I don't know. It doesn't appear to be that loud.
False start. False start on the offense on the left side. Wait up. False start.
We got a great crowd here, and it's pretty packed, but you can see the left side. I think that's the end man on the line of scrimmage, the tight end Dooley, that moves, and that's pretty obvious. Takes from 3rd and short now to a 3rd and 5 and 6, which is tougher to pick up, obviously, for a wishbone team.
Backs it up to the 23-yard line.
I'd still look at this as a 2-play first down, though, because you got a team that go 3rd and 4th down for it.
Danny Lee hasn't touched it much this series offensively. Penalty markers again before the snap.
I think it was Pavey again that moved, but you know, the tight end can move. The tight end is the man on the line of scrimmage that can move and then restart again.
False start on the offense. We should go with 3rd down.
All the interior linemen can move, but there you see it. You see the tight end move, and then he gets set. Now, I don't see why that's a penalty. You see everybody pointing, but and you can see Bill Burgess doesn't understand that. Why can't the tight end flex if nobody jumps offside? That's a bad call, and they've lost 10 yards in 2 plays.
Wow, what a big difference, huh? 3rd down and 11 now.
Unbalanced left.
With Bones and Powell behind Robinson. He's going to give it to Powell. And the little guy has no way he's going to get 11. He maybe got 2.
Boy, that takes you from a first down on the 15-yard line to trying to shoot from over a 40-yard field goal now on 2 dubious offsides. One, he was on the back side of a play where he moved, and that one where he really didn't move and shouldn't have been a penalty.
Slade Stennett in to try the field goal. This one is going to be, as Gary said, about a 42-yard attempt.
Had a lot of trouble in warm-ups today kicking the football. The snaps were hot.
See his long in the season, 48, 8 out of 13 on the year. Lewis to hold, got it down, got into the kick pretty well, and he had it with plenty to spare. A big kick in a big game for Slade Stennett, the senior out of Enterprise, Alabama. He's been a runner-up twice in a championship game. Maybe he's helping his team to a title this year. Who knows? We got a long way to go, but now it's 6-3. Pittsburgh State in front. ESPN's presentation of the NCAA Division II National Championship is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, with that fresh, pure, natural taste. Nothing beats a Bud. Slade Stennett, a 42-yard field goal as Jacksonville State on the board. And the All-Gulf South Conference kicker set to kick away to Ronald Moore. And a short kick. They don't want a chance getting it in Moore's hands, but great field position now. This is the best field position Pittsburgh State's had all day.
And they really have been suffering, and now what you give to Pittsburgh State, and especially with that powerful ground game, is 4-down territory as soon as they start out this drive. And they're just going to grind it on this drive, and Ron Moore's going to see a lot of the football, I'll predict.
Average starting field position for Pittsburgh State today has been their own 27, so they're 20 yards better than that for Coach Broyles right here at the 48-yard line. First down for the Gorillas, out in front by 3. Hutchins, the quarterback, keeps it. Maybe lucky to get a yard, if that, behind Adrian, an excellent offensive line that they've really run behind well all year.
Well, they're really doing a great job with something on offense here, something that actually they haven't done all year long. Take a look at their offensive splits. What they're doing here is making it very, very difficult for Jacksonville to get penetration. Because their splits are so tight, they can't get through that shoulder to shoulder and get into the backfield.
It'll be a 2nd down and 9 here at the 49 as we watch them line up. And boy, they are leg to leg there. Straight up the middle. And into Jacksonville State territory at the 47-yard line goes Joey Tobin.
And that's really a good point by Adrian, because trying to counteract the speed from Jacksonville State's defense, they've moved a little closer together so those stunts don't happen quite as good. There's not enough room to move, so you're just going to try to power off. But you can see that defense for Jacksonville State. They're really keyed into Ron Moore. He just hasn't much room to run the football inside.
3rd down and 5. 2 wide receivers for Pittsburgh State here, and they want to go to one of them. Hutchins buying himself some time. He's got a man over the middle. It's Moore. Down to the 31-yard line and a first down. 16-yard pickup. Hutchins scrambled around and finally found Moore out of the backfield.
Has to make big plays, and he just made a big play right here. He wanted to throw the ball downfield to one of his 2 wide receivers on a bootleg action. But Ron Moore sees that Hutchins is in trouble. There's no really room to run the ball, and all of a sudden he finds his big back over the middle and makes a first down out of really nothing.
Great job by the quarterback. It looked like he had Shad Kling open early and just wasn't quite ready to throw it, but the first down from the 31, and now back to the ground they go, and a 2-yard pickup as Tobin carries again.
They haven't had much success running the ball inside. You can see that Jacksonville State defense packed in there, as we talked about in the open. They play an 8-man front. Only 2 teams have rushed for over 200 yards against this defense. In fact, half the teams haven't even gained 100 yards a game against the defense. So I think they're going to need to get Ron Moore out wide. Look for a little counter-action type play.
Pittsburgh State only 37 yards on their 11 rushes so far. Moore found the outside a little bit on his own that time and takes it to the 20. And a 1st and 10 for the Gorillas.
That's what he does so well. He starts out inside and just bounces outside. And look at him. He just comes back to the huddle, and he's not even going to be at all tired, looking at his linemen saying, good job, guys. Finds a crack and just gets what he can out of the play, and nothing fancy about him.
You and I just marveled at watching his performance from a week ago, the 379-yard outing, and it never appeared that he was any less fresh at the end than he was at the beginning. At the 19. Hutchins got level. Marty Bridges. We talked about how many big plays he's made this year. The sophomore out of Jasper, Georgia, just flying in there on the Pittsburgh State quarterback.
Yeah, and you can really see the speed difference between Jacksonville State and Pittsburgh State. Their linebackers are going to come from the inside. One person doesn't get off a block, and all of a sudden he's into the backfield. One thing that you can notice in this football game is the offensive linemen for Pittsburgh State stay with their blocks longer than anyone else.
2nd down at 12 and a throw to the corner. Staten got to it. Touchdown. Hutchins put it right where it had to be, and a great catch in the corner. Still down is Ray Staten, but he's got a 21-yard touchdown.
Wow. I'll tell you, Brian Hutchins that time threw that ball to a spot in the back of the end zone, came down on an option play, had a linebacker draped all over him, just put it to the back of the end zone where his own guy could get it, and Staten made a beautiful play running underneath it and catching that ball. 2 big plays in this drive by Brian Hutchins.
You got to think maybe Ray just had the wind knocked out of him, landed on the ball, because he had to do a Desmond Howard stretch out and laid out for the ball, maybe landed on it. They're helping him up now. Here's another look.
Yeah, I think Jaquel Barnett, no, actually it was Curtis McDaniel, is draped all over him as he throws this. Look, Staten hadn't even looked back. Tim Sudduth is kind of lost looking for the ball, and you just can't cover it much better than that or execute it any better than that. That ball is thrown in the only possible place you could for the touchdown.
That was a great shot of it. You saw the catch. We talked about how impressive Staten's been all year long, and he's got the first touchdown from scrimmage for Pittsburgh State. Jeff Wood in for the point after. He's got it up and through with 9 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the first half. 2 big plays by the defending champions have them in front by 10. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, and Adrian Karsten. Raleigh Stadium in Florence, Alabama, where the defending champions are showing why so far. A couple of big plays. A kickoff return for a touchdown by Ronald Moore, and a great catch by Ray Staten moments ago. It's 13-3 Pittsburgh State. Danny Lee awaits Jeff Wood's kick. And Lee will have a chance from the 6-yard line. He's got 3 touchdowns on the year on returns, but he's not going past the 22-yard line this time. Really got whacked by Andy Sweet, a backup linebacker on the special teams. And Jacksonville State's Gamecocks set to go to work on offense. Speaking of offense, you'll always get it from the Miami Dolphins and Dan Marino. That's our Sunday night NFL matchup as the Dolphins look to stay in the playoff hunt against the New York Jets. AFC East battle coming up Sunday night at 8 o'clock right here on ESPN. This is the worst starting field position of the day for Jacksonville State. They've been normally outside their own 35. On the keeper is Robinson. Found a seam and weaves his way out to the 31, got 9.
Well, I hope Chuck Robinson is in good shape, because I'd keep running that play, or I'd find somebody else that could do it. He gets out of the corner, and in fact, he limps off the field just as I make that call, and Corky Gordon is going to have to come in and substitute for him. You're going to see him come outside. Backside guard Keith Maple is going to come and pick off Bradbury. He's into the secondary. He just gets caught up on this tackle, and someone falls. You can see it right at the end of the play. Falls on the back of his ankle. Let's hope he's okay.
Last year in this game, Nicky Edmondson, the starting quarterback for Jacksonville State, went out with an injury, and they had to put it on a youngster named Robinson. Now they go to Corky Gordon, the sophomore out of College Park, Georgia, and he's going to have to lead the offense now. Richardson got it out for a first down at the 33-yard line.
Well, Corky Gordon has only thrown 9 passes this year, so you really can't expect him to put it up in the air. And so they're just going to have to let him handle the fullback, get comfortable, and try to not miss any center quarterback exchanges right now.
He's got good wheels, too. Had almost 200 yards rushing last season. First guy through again. And out across the 40 bounces Sean Richardson. 8-yard pickup that time. Troy Wilson helped out on the tackle.
Well, the impressive football player, when you were down on the field before watching practice, like I was, and watching the warm-ups, is Sean Richardson. He goes about 235 pounds, and he looks the part of a fullback.
Second down at 2. The keeper. And a first down run out to the 46 for Corky Gordon. But let's find out about the condition of Chuck Robinson from Adrian.
Well, the situation is this relatively minor injury to Chuck Robinson. Last week, he was hit in the shin with a helmet, right square in the front of the leg. He just took another hit. He's walking it off now, as I'm told by Dr. Bill Clancy, orthopedic surgeon here for the Gamecocks, and should be back in, if not this series, next series.
He's got the hat back on. Looks like he is almost ready to come back in. That one will hurt worse tomorrow, though, right, Garrett?
Shit.
First down. Jacksonville State has worked it out to the 47-yard line. They trail by 10 with 7:28 to go first half. On the counter and on the keeper is Gordon again. Shifty maneuver down inside the 45-yard line before Wilson can catch up with him again.
They're running the same play over and over again right now. It's a counter dive play, and the backside guard, number 63, Keith Maple, comes out and blocks the quarterback man, Tim Bradbury, number 40. And you've got a sweep action off of a play inside, and the quarterback doing an effective job. And that play's been run about 4 or 5 times, Brad, and it's been successful each time.
We got 9 more there. Second and a yard to go. Jacksonville State over 100 yards on the ground now. And looks to be a first down, but we'll wait and see. As Sean Richardson took it straight ahead. He needed to get to the 43.5, and that's about where the officials got his foot down. So we might have to take a peek at this one. Bill Burgess looking on. 5 straight Division II playoff appearances for his team. 4 Gulf South Conference titles in the last 5 years. Be a hair short. How about 2 lengths? Not even a link. It's that thing that hooks the chain to the lengths. Whatever that's called.
Well, we saw Philadelphia lose a football game by a length a couple weeks ago against San Francisco.
There you see the numbers. Pittsburgh State, #1 rushing team in Division II in the country. And they are being outrushed so far by their opponent. But they're up on the scoreboard thanks to that long kick return on the opening play of the game. 3rd and inches. The Gamecocks 1 for 6 on their 3rd down conversions. Now they're 2 for 7 because Richardson is not going to be denied as he takes it off the right side down to the 38-yard line.
Really is a funny game so far in this football game. You know, the kickoff return for 1, and now, you know, a pass by Hutchins that puts it in the only spot. But after that, this offensive line and the fullbacks especially have been dominating this game. We saw the stats on it. You really have to like the position of Jacksonville State, and it scores 13-3 while I'm saying that.
8th play of the drive and a first down at the 38-yard line. penalty markers. They'll whistle this one dead. We have motion on Jacksonville State.
You know, I really believe that Chuck Robinson's probably healthy enough to come back in the football game now, but it's hard to change again. Corky Robinson and Corky Gordon's look good.
False start. False start on the offense. We're going to repeat the down.
So it'll be first and 15. They'll back it up to the 43-yard line. Corky, a little guy, 5'7", 155, sophomore. All the penalties have been on the offensive teams so far. 5 total, as you can see, and 4 against the Gamecocks. Richardson bowls his way to the 33-yard line as we go to Adrian Karsten. Adrian?
Well, Brad and Gary, one of the reasons the Gamecocks are having so much success running the ball here is because Pitt State on the defensive line is not reading the helmet properly. 9 times out of 10, when a team runs the option this many times with this many different looks, you've got to read the helmet. That helmet will take you to the ball.
That helmet of Sean Richardson's getting a workout right now.
The only problem is it's a fullback's helmet coming at him now, and they're afraid to mouth.
Second down, a long 5. This time, Gordon maybe picked up 2 more. Tim Bradbury, the outside linebacker out of Fort Scott, Kansas, made the tackle.
Difficult part for the defensive down lineman running the wishbone is you really never get a look at who has the football. You know, it's in the fullback's stomach every play, and all of a sudden the quarterback is reversing his field and they're running the option the opposite way. That's why the linebackers really have to make a lot of plays, and the secondary has to gamble and come up and make some plays also.
47 yards so far in the drive and over 5 minutes. But again, it's a third down situation. And a big hole off the left side. Terrence Bowens. And he's got it to the 25-yard line. First down, Gamecocks.
From the end zone this time, you're going to see from the right side of the screen, everybody come in and kind of squish in a slant stunt. All of a sudden, Richardson pops outside. I'm sorry, it's Bowens pops outside, and he's able to pick up positive yards again. At
the 25, first down. Bowens, 5 more to the 20. Bowens and Richardson, they're almost interchangeable in there. In fact, they're roommates, and they cheer for each other pretty much throughout the game. One's kind of a straight-ahead guy, and one's a little shiftier, but so far, both of them doing the straight-ahead work today.
You know, now, you think, okay, guys, we got to stop the fullback. Let's pinch in. Let's do something and keep your eye on the fullback. And I guarantee you're going to see that counter option here in just another play, pulling one of those linemen, and they're going to be out on the corner.
Bowens already 40 yards on the day. 5 more, maybe a first down.
3.5 minutes to go in this first half. It's 13-3, but again, a sustained drive this time, and they've been able to run the ball effectively. They just have to get in the end zone. They've been in 4 of these championship games, Brad. They've only scored 1 time.
Right. Now, this is a spot where they got down and had penalty problems last time at the 15-yard line. Here they've got third down and about a foot.
Almost exactly the same spot.
Everybody packed in tight. Bowens, the main man. And he'll get it and get the first down. Bradbury and Gosh in on the tackle, but not before number 47 goes near the 13 in the first down.
You're going to see it. They're going to run it just offside. They double team the linebacker right there coming inside. Hand the ball to the fullback when you only have to pick up a half yard. These guys are big fullbacks. They're just going to fall forward.
On first down plays, Jacksonville State had run it every time. We don't expect to see a lot of passing, that's for sure. Not when the ground game's going the way it is anyway. First down at the 13. Bowens, keep doing it until you can't do it anymore. Down to the 8-yard line. Cooper Harris made the tackle for Pittsburgh State. But right now, everything's going well for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, you got to admit that. You know, if you can throw a fastball and strike them out, there's no use going to the curve. Just pump it right up the middle there and move yardage and continue to move the chains. And you're going to see Pittsburgh State taking a timeout. They're going to try to regroup.
Catch their breath, maybe, with Jacksonville State at the 8-yard line, trailing by 10. 13-3, defending champion Pittsburgh State in front of Jacksonville State, but the Gamecocks trying to change that scoreboard right here at the 8-yard line. Now they can get a first down at about the to 3. 15th play of the drive. Look at the time of possession. That's a stat that's really lying today so far, thanks to the big plays of the Gorillas. The pitch, the corner, Lee, touchdown. The entire drive, Gary, it was that fullback plunge, and finally it was the man on the corner that got him the touchdown.
Well, that's as beautifully as you can run a triple option right there. You have effect, beautiful job running the fullback, come outside and you walk into the end zone.
Slade stinted in for the point after. Low snap handled well, kick up, and good. With 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the half, the first touchdown of the game for Jacksonville State from Danny Lee.
Well, give credit to Corky Gordon, that man right there, the fullback, faking the fullback. Look at his eyes. He's looking at the end man at the line of scrimmage, Tim Bradbury. Now watch, as he goes down, here comes Bradbury, makes the pitch out wide. You see his knee did not touch the ground, kicks it outside, and it's a walk into the end zone. Beautiful execution as a triple option, and that's how you score points. Running the fullback inside. One more look at it. Coming outside, kicks the ball out at the last possible second, and it's a reach to the touchdown.
And it caps a 78-yard drive with a backup quarterback doing his thing for 15 plays and almost 7 minutes. And as you said, hard to put Robinson back in when Corky's getting the work done.
Yeah, you really don't want to change the momentum and the flow of a drive because they were so successful with it. But actually, this whole game, they've had success running the football game. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, it was 13-3, and I'm telling you that the momentum's in Jacksonville State's favor, and it really proved out on that drive.
Let's see how they kick it this time. The first kick of the game, Ronald Moore took it 99 yards for a touchdown. Last time, Stinnett kicked it short. And they're going to do the same again. Handled well by one of the up men. And going down at the 35 under a swarm of red was Paul Sparkman. A nice job defensively by Jacksonville State. On the special teams, Vince Horton made the big hit.
Talked to offensive coordinator Jerry Kill before this football game. He said, we have a good 2-minute offense. We've scored a lot of touchdowns, and now with 2:17 to go, we'll see how much they open up for Brian Hutchins in this game.
Remember, Hutchins with a touchdown pass earlier. We got a penalty marker down right where the point of contact was made.
Yeah, it looked like a hand to the face mask to me.
Jerry Miranda will tell us about it. Personal foul on Jacksonville State. Boy, that is going to take it out near midfield now after they come up with a big hit on the special teams. But
invariably in a championship game, the kicking game is really key. And a kickoff, look, they've given up a touchdown. They've had one bounce right here for great field position. And now again, it's on the 50-yard line.
On the red team, it's first down. First down right here.
So now at the 49, you don't need that much of a 2-minute offense. They've still got 2:17 left to work.
Still go with 2 tight ends.
Ronald Moore's been held to only 24 yards on the ground so far in the game. End around is coming. Staten with a blocker in front. Cut inside the block, broke a tackle and got to the 34-yard line. 17-yard pickup on that one.
Well, Jerry Staten is running at a different gear than anybody else on this Pittsburgh State offensive team. You're going to see a little fake here, and then it's going to be a handoff on the reverse as he comes out, fakes it. Ron Moore going one way, hands it off to Staten. Andy Kessinger, number 71, is going to be out in front of the play, cuts back, and gets in a big positive football play for Pittsburgh State.
Ray Staten with a touchdown catch and now an end around that has a first down for Pittsburgh State at the Jacksonville State 34. Draw play to Tobin. He won't go down. Finally does after he got 2 yards. And we are down to 1 minute and 40 seconds as we go down to Adrian Carson on the sideline.
Well, guys, what they want to do, one of the plays in this arsenal was 2-minute offense, is to try and get Staten isolated one-on-one in man coverage down the sideline. You're going to see Hutchins showing speed option, backs up 3 yards up, back, and let it go to Staten.
We got a timeout for Pittsburgh State. With 1:38 left, we'll take a timeout as well, with the Gorillas in front by 3. 13-10 Pittsburgh State in front with 1:38 left in the half. Thursday night, ESPN presents another edition of its award-winning Outside the Lines. Portraits in Black and White presents a status report on race and sports. Charles Barkley, Bo Jackson, Evander Holyfield, and others talk about what few want to talk about. Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern, right here on ESPN. Second down and 9 as Hutchins throws deep middle and just overshot his intended receiver. And that was Shad Kling, and he had him out there just off his fingertips.
Real interesting set that time for Pittsburgh State. They only had 4 linemen in the game. They took out a tackle. They had 2 tight ends and then an unbalanced line. You see him fake the option, and Kling comes inside. You see Hutchins try to throw the ball right over the shoulder of the linebacker, Marty Bridges, and he almost had a big play off.
You can see why Hutchins has 12 touchdown passes, now 13 counting today on the season. He's got a pretty good arm for a team that runs as much as they do. 3rd and 9, wants to throw again. Over the middle, Moore can't quite find the handle. Marty Bridges stayed right in his face.
Yeah, throwback pass, same formation, kind of rolled one way and matched it up. If Hutchins could have put a little more air on that, he had the man locked up on a linebacker, really never even saw the throw.
What do you do now on 4th and 9? You don't kick a field goal. Your guy doesn't have that big a leg, so I guess they're going to punt it away. You hate to see a drive stop at a 33-yard line. Well, they are going to give it a shot.
And I think Jacksonville State will just say defense stays right here. I wouldn't be surprised by some type of a pooch or fake off of this.
Jeff Wood's longest of the year is from 45. He'll try it from 50. Did he have enough? Going to come up short and to the left. So he gave it a ride, but not enough. And Jacksonville State will get it back on offense with quite a bit of time left, considering the way their offense has been looking. 1:24 left to go.
And 3 timeouts also. They're not a great passing team, but if they break a run, you know, they'll be able to throw the ball. I'd be very careful about throwing the ball on my side of the 50. If I was going to throw it, I'd throw it deep.
And if they go deep, it would be to Tracy Pilot. He's the only wideout in the bone. Powell in motion. Straight up the middle they go, and banging his way out to the 42 is Sean Richardson.
Chuck Robinson is back in the football game, but Sean Richardson, more importantly, the 2 fullbacks are still in the game.
That's right. Tim Bradbury, who made first contact, is still trying to restrap his helmet.
I wonder why they're not calling a timeout here with a minute. There they go. They finally decided to call one. With 3 timeouts and only a minute to go, they did not need to huddle up again.
They wasted about 10 seconds there, but Chuck Robinson will come over and talk to Coach Burgess with 1:04 left, and as you see, 2 timeouts, as Gary mentioned, remaining.
Chuck Robinson, for the year, is only completing 37% of his passes, so I would be very hesitant about throwing that ball out in the flats or anything like that. If I was going to let him rip one downfield, I'd like that interception, if it has to happen, out to the sideline, out to the 20-yard line, 40, 50 yards. Today, though, he's 2 for 2.
That's right. At the 42-yard line with a second down and about a yard.
The Gamecocks have kept this linebackers so far inside to try to stop them that they've been able to run the outside option anytime they've wanted to do it.
And the outside option normally is going to go to number 26, Danny Lee. And he is a big play guy. He can do it just about anyway. He had 4 touchdowns last week. Punt returns, receptions, touchdown runs. See if they try to get it in his hands at some point here. Second down and short. Lee on the counter. Got the first down with about a 4-yard pickup.
Should get on the line of scrimmage now. The clock will stop while they move the chains. That would have been one where you could have called 2 plays in the huddle after a timeout. You figure you pick up the first down after 1 and you get up at the line of scrimmage. It's going to cost them about 10, 12 seconds again.
Yep. Down to 50 on the game clock in the half. Robinson throws. His man didn't turn around. And Eric Powell got tagged, and a flag comes in late.
I'll tell you, there's a situation where that play was called because the downfield back judge was on the sideline of Jacksonville State. You're going to see Joel Thornton, number 2, is going to come up late and kind of shove the receiver. Now, you know, the ball was right there. You're going to see the ball goes right by the guy, but obviously he didn't have the football. And when you do it near that bench, everybody's in that referee's ear, and you're going to get called for it.
I don't know.
Personal foul on White. Automatic first down.
Now, what if that was your son going
well,
out?
Well, I know. Joel Thornton's got an argument, maybe. I don't know.
Well, if that was your son, you know you would want to call.
At the 40, first down. But nowhere. Well, I didn't think there was going to be a game for Sean Richardson, and then he started dragging bodies with him. Chris Hanna and Ruzick and several others made contact, and he still got 4 yards. And another timeout, Jacksonville State.
Well, you get the feeling that Sean Richardson and the backs for Jacksonville State have heard enough about Ron Moore all week that they're just happy to run this football. 38 seconds to go. Now they only have 1 timeout, and you have to save it for your field goal team in case you catch the ball inside. So I think they're going to have to open it up and throw the football.
Division II football championship this afternoon. Tonight, it's college hoops, and ESPN's got a doubleheader for you starting at 7:30 Eastern time. First, Virginia Commonwealth, led by junior Kendrick Warren, takes on Tulsa. Then at 9:30, it'll be Tulane at Alabama Birmingham. Barry Clark's Green Wave and UAB will square off 9:30 tonight. Twin bill right here on ESPN. The 36-yard line, it's second down, a long 6 to go, 38 seconds left in the half, 13-10 Pittsburgh State.
No tight ends in the game this time.
Again, they try to counter with Lee. He goes out of bounds. Thornton got a helmet on him along with Tim Bradbury, the outside linebacker.
Well, it wasn't a big gainer, but he did get out of bounds, so there's something positive happened on the play. About on the 30-yard line. They still need to get the ball to about the 20, 25-yard line to get a great shot for a good. This is a situation now if they had some type of a draw, or maybe they're just their regular option would work.
Pittsburgh State all year long has been a tough team against the opponent's ground attack. And today, already 172 for Jacksonville State. Big third down for Robinson. He wants to go deep for Pilot, and it's intercepted by Thornton in the end zone. The man that had the personal foul called on him moments ago just made up for it with an interception in the end zone.
Very calmly just looked back, didn't interfere, just reached up and caught the ball. Pilot had the speed, looked like he was going by, but Thornton did a nice job of finding the football and more importantly, making a nice catch. See Robinson make the throw, and watch his reaction to it. Uh-oh. First of all, he looked at the game clock, see how much time was left. He knew that one was in trouble when he let it go. One more look, ball goes up in the air. Watch Thornton just turn around, keep his eyes on the ball, gets a little interference from Pilot, and makes the catch.
For Thornton, his 7th interception of the season. And now Ronald Moore trying to go the other way for the Gorillas offense. He's not quite done this half yet. Knocked out of bounds at the 31. He got 11. And now 18 seconds, all that remains here in the first half.
Well, remember, with a 3-point difference, that sets up the overtime game in these Division II games.
Why are you
Brad,
smiling at me?
I'm going to let you explain the overtime rules.
We'll wait on that one until the fourth quarter. Moore now with 36 yards on the ground on his 6 carries. But remember, he had the 99-yard touchdown return to open the game.
Right, he only needs 340 yards to beat last week in the second half.
And it'll be Hutchins to keep. Did he get out of bounds? At the 40-yard line, and the clock winding down. And now timeout, Pittsburgh State. With 4 seconds left in the half. I don't know if they've got a Big Ben type play or not. If you're going to pull the plug, now's the time to do it. 4 seconds left in the half.
You'd have to throw the ball about 75 yards in the air on this one. And Brian's got a nice arm, but I don't know if he's got a 75-yard arm.
They need Brian's and yours both to go that far. Chuck Broyles, at the beginning of the season, just prior to the first game of the year, had angioplasty done on a blocked artery. And that obviously caused some concern for the Pittsburgh State folks, and he slowly worked back into the program and coached that first game. He said, I wasn't going to miss the first game. His wife said, I knew that he would be out there to coach. He's lost about 60-some pounds, so healthier for it, I guess. He says he's not crazy about what he eats all the time now. But,
at the banquet last night, he wasn't in a good mood. It looked like he wanted another baked potato.
That's right. Couldn't deal with that steak last night. 4 seconds left till intermission. showing you the Harlan Hill presentation. Division II's most valuable player at halftime and a lot more, so stick around. Hutchins will carry it the last time of the half. Got it out to the 48. And at halftime, we've got a good one going. The defending champions in a rematch from a year ago. It's close at intermission with the Gorillas of Pittsburgh State in front of the Gamecocks 13-10. The defending champions have a 3-point lead, and Adrian Carson's with the head coach, Chuck Broyles. Adrian?
All right, Brad, thanks very much. Coach, between their time of possession and that option game, they're hitting you hard defensively.
They sure are. We're sitting in there, as we talked in pregame interviews and whatever. Fullback's a good weapon for them. We've got to be able to find some way to stop fullback. We've been guessing, but sometimes we're guessing wrong. And then on the other side of the ball, offensively, you know, we need to get some things working out. They're kind of whipping us a little bit up front. We haven't been able to establish anything inside, and we've just been very lucky or fortunate so far to be ahead in this football game.
What kind of adjustments do you make offensively, maybe to spring more a little bit more?
Well, I think we're going to have to establish the our inside running game a little bit more and try to get him hammered up in there and then get it pitched out on the edge. But right now, our offensive coach up there trying to figure that out, so we'll see how the second half goes.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Brad, back upstairs.
All right, guys, halftime, our score, Pittsburgh State out in front of the Gamecocks 13-10 as we determine a Division II champion today, and a lot of Division I action coming up as ESPN presents Thrifty Car Rental Bowl Week, beginning with the Copper Bowl on Tuesday the 29th. Washington State will take on Utah. That starts at 7:45, and then Gary and I will be in San Diego December 30th as a WAC champion Rainbows of Hawaii meet Illinois. 7:45 game time there. The 31st, the Independence Bowl, as Oregon takes on Wake Forest. Phil Dooley's last game as coach of the Demon Deacons. That's Thursday the 31st. And then we'll have the Liberty Bowl for you. Air Force and Ole Miss will get underway at 7:30. Start your New Year's Day Bowl viewing with a Hall of Fame Bowl. Boston College will meet Tennessee in that one. Number 16 and number 17 do battle 11 Eastern time, our start. And then on January 2nd, it's the Peach Bowl from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Mississippi State will take on North Carolina. An 8 o'clock kickoff in that one. A big bowl week coming up on ESPN. Halftime, 13-10. Pittsburgh State in front. And we'll be back to Florence, Alabama in a moment. Halftime of this NCAA Division II National Championship. The defending champs have the lead, but not by much at the break. 13-10. The Gorillas of Pittsburgh State in front of the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. Welcome back to Florence, Alabama, everybody. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson with you. Jacksonville State's had the ball, Gary, about twice as long as Pittsburgh State, yet it's the Gorillas who've got the lead out there on the scoreboard. And our Harlan Hill Award winner, Ronald Moore, really hasn't done it from scrimmage, but he does a lot of other things for him.
Well, it really has been a strange football game. You know, you looked at it at one point in the second quarter was 13-3, and Pittsburgh State seemed to be in control, but all the momentum seemed to be in Jacksonville State's side of the scrimmage. And then they mounted the big drive, and as you say, Ron Moore just hasn't got on track, and I really think it's been the speed of the Jacksonville State defense that has been the big plus for him.
Well, Moore sure got on track, though, in the first play of the ball game, that's for sure. As Pittsburgh State won the toss, elected to receive, and then Ron Moore did this.
Yeah, this guy's a fullback. He runs about a 4.5 40, and he's strong. He's got a great straight arm, and that's really what he uses as a weapon. Gets into the secondary, runs the kickoff back, and all of a sudden it's 6-0 before things even get started in this football game, and everybody can get their first hot dog. But the next big play is made by Brian Hutchins and Ray Staten. This is a third down play. It's off the option. This ball is thrown really the only possible shot, and Staten makes a beautiful catch. All of a sudden it's 13-3. Chuck Robinson gets hurt, and Gordon comes in, but it was the fullbacks that were really the difference in this football game. Bowens and Richardson have gained over 100 yards in this football game, sets up the option. This is the score, gets it to Danny Lee, and that's how we have the 13-10 halftime score.
Once you keep pounding it on that inside, that corner becomes susceptible, as Lee showed you. And look at the rushing yardage for Jacksonville State in the ball game, 172. We kind of thought that would be flipped around here at intermission, but it hasn't been. And Jacksonville State with that big edge in time of possession.
And that's really the key. When you can run the ball inside, you just eat up the clock. When you only have the ball 9 minutes, you can't gain a lot of yards.
Well, we've got 2 quarters left to play. These two teams have met now for 6 straight quarters in championship play. We'll have the third quarter when we come back. We're just about set to start the third quarter. Jacksonville State trailing by 3, but they'll handle the ball first to start the third as Jeff Woods got it teed up. And back deep a guy you just as soon keep it out of the hands of, who has Jacksonville State's lone touchdown today, but he's even more dangerous as a return man. That's Danny Lee, the senior out of Phoenix City, Alabama. The Gorillas trying to win 2 in a row, and Jacksonville State 2 quarters left to try to win their Division II championship. This is their last chance. Powell will field it at the 12. He's got a lot of speed if they can get him some room. And out across the 25 to the 28-yard line where Cooper Harris made the hit on special teams. So now we'll see if the Gamecocks go right back to what they were doing to end that second quarter, and that is just grind it out.
I'll tell you, Chuck Robinson, he may say he's okay, but it appears to me that he is still limping in this football game. We're going to have to watch him early because Corky Gordon did such a nice job that you just wonder if they might go back to grab him.
Yep, he's limping, even walking, it looks like. Just inside the 29, and they do go right back to the first man through, Sean Richardson in this case, and it's been Richardson and Bowens all day long from that fullback spot of the bone for the Gamecocks. Pick up of 5, 2nd and 5, Jacksonville State.
You know, those are one of the type of plays where, you know, your shin feels okay until you go into halftime. You sit down for a half hour and you come back out and you just don't get loose again.
Richardson again. A yard, maybe 2. That's it. Nice job defensively. Lance Gosh in on the tackle.
Yeah, I don't really think there's any doubt, Brad, that Chuck Robinson is really struggling out there to get loose again. Early in this second quarter, he had someone fall on the back of his shin, and I don't really think he's 100% yet. They're going to have to keep an eye on him because the job that Corky Gordon did, they might see him back in there.
3rd down and 2. You would assume it's going to be Mr. Richardson, but it's not. It's Robinson, and the wheel looks pretty good right there. Into the secondary and all the way to the 35-yard line. Duke Palmer saved a touchdown. Maybe he was giving us a little sandbag job.
Yeah, it was the old Jim Brown limp. You know, you come back into the huddle and you just barely go it. I still think he's limping, but there's a great thing that adrenaline can do for you. You have the football and you see a lot of open field. Boy, you can forget those shins and bruises and all the problems you had. You can see his left leg. He's limping just a little bit, but when you can run a 4.5 40, you can run with a limp.
Inside the 35 of Pittsburgh State and a first down. Richardson, the fullback, and he goes 5 more near the 29.
Well, the Gamecock medical staff told me that they did ice the shin at halftime. That's why he's a little bit stiff out there, but you can see taking off on a play like that, he says he wants to go and he's got to go if they're going to win this game, guys.
And Chuck, the sophomore, not wanting to give way to Corky Gordon, as Gary said, because Corky did quite a job on that long touchdown drive that Jacksonville State had in the second quarter. 2nd and 6. Trailing by 3, but already down at the Gorillas' 30-yard line. Robinson keeps it again. Broke a jersey tackle and heads to the far side of the 14-yard line. And he goes 16 more yards. Yep, he wants to be out there. Duke Palmer again had to make maybe a touchdown-saving tackle.
And this all comes off the fullback. When you're able to run the fullback, you're able to get outside. There you see Chuck Robinson gets wide, gets into secondary, and he's making positive yards off the option. But again, back to the fullback. It's really a simple offense when you make it go inside.
And all the way to the 14-yard line. Opening drive of the half. And the fullback, Sean Richardson. And he bangs his way down to the 7-yard line before Bradbury and Brown can drag him down. Richardson, the junior out of Auburn. 230-pounder going straight ahead. Charlie Maniscalco, the offensive coordinator for Jacksonville State's got his troops going in the right direction. And 2nd down and 3 as they moved it all the way to the Pitt State 7. To the 5 is Richardson, but he's going to be short of the first down, I think, by about a half yard. Derek Blackburn in on the tackle from his defensive end spot.
Well, you can see the wishbone attack that the Gamecocks have. Look at, they've got 10 guys here, 1 receiver, but Pittsburgh State has 2 guys out there covering them. That's how they're getting the mismatch inside. You're going to see one of them try to sneak back in, but this whole drive, they've been sending 2 guys out there. It's not like this is a passing team either.
Right. 8th play of the drive, 3rd down and 1, but you know they're in 2-down territory here. Richardson, touchdown. Sean Richardson. 2nd rushing touchdown of the day for the Gamecocks. One from Danny Lee, the other from number 36, who's got 80 yards on his 17 carries. But the biggest one was the last 5 for the score. Slade Stinnett for the point after. And for the first time today, Jacksonville State has got the lead with 11:13 to go 3rd quarter. JSU leading Pitt State now 17-13. Sean Richardson's touchdown has Jacksonville State in front 17-13. And Ronald Moore awaits the kickoff. You've got to wonder, though, if they will ever think about kicking it to number 29 again after what happened on the opening play of the game.
Yeah, but if they kick it short, they need to miss the guys up front so they don't give them the ball on the 50-yard line.
That's right. They've hit a couple of those tight end type players up around the 35, and that's not going to do it either. Stinnett again comes up, and again it's fielded about the 35 and taken out to the 40. And again it's the tight end, Paul Sparkman. So Paul Sparkman's becoming the leading kick returner here. As we take another look at the touchdown that kept a 71-yard march.
The fullback got it, but watch these two. The tackle and the guard right here blow this man out on a double team. That's really what creates the space. You're going to see him just roll him back on his back. Fullback is into the secondary and into the end zone before anybody really can lay a hand on him. That's good blocking up front.
Richardson capping off an impressive drive that was 3 minutes and 47 seconds in the making. And Ronald Moore swarmed under now by that Jacksonville State defense. They've been fired up to stop him today. They stopped him for no gain. Marty Bridges. Well, he's a hitter.
It really has been Marty Bridges all game that has really caused him problems. He's having a great football game between he and Jacarl Barnett. They've just been timing out the snap count. You wonder if Hutchins doesn't need to change up his snap count a little bit. I know one thing, they need to get the ball outside. They have not been able to run the ball between the tackles effectively.
Tell you what, Marty likes playing on this field. He blocked 2 field goals and an extra point against North Alabama on this field this year. 2nd down along 9. Moore does find a little bit of room this time. Maybe got 6 yards on the carry. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. And we go to Adrian Karsten on the sideline. Adrian?
Brad, there is some miscommunication going on with the Pitt State offensive line here. These guys who are supposed to be making these combination and zone blocks are making the wrong call. Theoretically, they want to double team every man up front, but in the process of making the wrong call, they're leaving some men go free.
Concern on Chuck Broyle's face. His team trailing for the first time today in a 3rd and 4. They haven't been too great on 3rd down conversions on the afternoon. 1 for 5. They'll try to throw for it and got it. Shad Kling with a first down at the 43-yard line. Tim Sudduth made the tackle with a pickup of 11 on that pass play.
Really interesting technique you're going to see by the offensive linemen for Pittsburgh State. Their play-action pass, watch them crawl on all 4s right here. That makes it tough for the secondary to read play-action pass blocking, and that's how it makes the pass easy for them to get it into the secondary. When those linemen's heads pop up, the secondary sees it right away, and they move up and cover their man. Good job by that offensive line helping with the play-action pass.
Moore and Tobin line up with a 2 tight end set now to 1st down, and it will be Moore. Boy, he has to battle for every yard he gets today.
Yeah, and he bypassed a bullet. Marty Bridges ran right by him that time. And if he'd have hit him full speed, he'd been landing backwards. Ron Moore has just not been able to find the space. We talked about he only had 72 yards a year ago against his football team, and this year he's going to be lucky to get that again.
Jacksonville State, the last team to hold Ronald Moore under 100 yards rushing, and he has 44 today on his 9 carries, so he's got a long way to go. 2nd down and 8 at the 41-yard line, trailing 17-13 Pittsburgh State at the Gamecocks 42, and they're going to throw. Got it out to Staten, short of the 1st down though, at the 36-yard line. Eric Stevens made the tackle.
I really think that's the mismatch that Pittsburgh State could exploit against Jacksonville State. Remember, a year ago, Ronnie West was really the big player, their All-American wide receiver, now with the Minnesota Vikings. Had over 130 yards in receiving, and I got to believe Ray Staten can take advantage of him the same way. They only have 3 secondary people on the field, and they need to isolate Staten against the corner.
Remember, Staten already has a touchdown reception today, 21-yarder. 3rd down and 3. Hutchins dives forward. I think he got the first down. Nice second effort. He really sold the option on the first man through and then kept it cut outside, and he's going to pick up a first down.
You know, the tough thing about Ronnie Moore is he carries the ball a lot, but when he doesn't carry the ball, he still draws a crowd. He gets hit on almost every football play in this game, and he just comes back and is ready to run the ball again.
1st and 10, Gorillas at the Gamecocks 32-yard line with under 8 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And that time, maybe he should have given it to Ronald Moore. Wendell Kelly said hello.
Yeah, and when you get down on the field and you look at Wendell Kelly, you see a real man right there. He goes about 220 pounds, good, tall, 6'3" football player, and his quickness and speed at the outside defensive end spot has really been tough for them to match up well for Pittsburgh State.
4th and tackles. He may have had the key play against North Alabama in their playoff win, though. A sack forced a long field goal for North Alabama that they missed. Great defensive play by Eric Stevens. And boy, he would have loved to have had one more step on that ball. He would have been off to the races about 65 yards for a touchdown. As it is, he makes a nice play, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Eric Stevens makes the block. This is a quick out, and you'd wonder with only 3 defensive backs. Let's see if we can stop it right here, guys, for a second. You can see Stevens. It looks like he's one-on-one on this play. But as you run it a little farther, he has help from behind, and Tim Sutton is free safety, and that's why he can gamble on the play.
3rd down, 11 on the 9th play of the drive. Hutchins, nothing there. And it's Jacarl Barnett, the leading tackler on this team. It'll be 4th down and long.
Still 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and I'd start to play field position right now if I was Coach Broyles. 4th and long, he needs to punt this football, put him down there, and see if he can get a stop with his defense.
It's 4th down at 12. So far, no punter taking the field. An extra tight end comes in, Scott Lutz. Now, if you can get 4th and 12, you've earned your keep for the day. Here they come. Pump fake once, and now going deep. And that hitch and go is not going to do it to Staten. Nobody even near that football. That one really could come back and sting the defending champions. With 6.5 left to go, 3rd quarter, they're down by 4. With Gary Danielson and Adrian Karsten, I'm Brad Nessler from Florence, Alabama, the Division II championship game in Jacksonville State. This is their 4th try to win this Division II title, and next year, as we told you earlier, they move to Division I AA. So this is their last chance to win this crown, and right now they've got the lead and the football with 6.5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. 1st down at the 34-yard line. Terrence Bowens, and he got about 11. Let's go down to Adrian.
Boy, Brad, I'll tell you what, these Gamecocks are all fired up, and they are coming off the line like they mean it. Really throwing their hips through, exploding through the defensive end. And Pittsburgh State is really getting blown off the ball right now, Gary.
Yeah, and it's been happening for a while, Adrian. I mean, they've just been dominating the line of scrimmage, and when you're able to run the ball inside, they just have to be handling some of those down linemen and linebackers. And you wonder where Gosh and Mengarelli are, the 2 inside linebackers. They have to step up and play big.
And that is a 1st down.
This is where I had trouble not punting the ball, because when you give the team the other ball on the 35-yard line, they're almost in 4-down territory right away, and if they don't, they're going to punch you back to your own 10 anyway.
Bowens has over 60 yards. Richardson has over 70 yards from that fullback spot of the wishbone. And it's Richardson now, but on the keep is Robinson. Finally a late pitch. Got it on the corner to Derek Griffey, and Griffey near midfield.
option play coming down the line of scrimmage. Watch Robinson do a good job here. Come down. And the important thing is right here. Look at the space between the quarterback and Griffey here. That's the kind of perspective you have to have if you're the running back, because that's where you get the ball around the corner by waiting to the last second, and it's a long handoff. Good execution.
Jacksonville State's got 259 yards on the ground, and they're adding to it here with their quarterback, Robinson. Chuck Robinson's got another first down. At the 38-yard line, a pickup of 11.
Get that shin. He's limping back, but he's got the old Jimmy Brown limp going. He just comes back to the huddle, and everybody says, well, he ain't going to carry the ball. My eye, he's ready to go.
He limps going south, and he doesn't limp going north,
That's right? Beautiful play. You know, again, look at that. Over 352 yards running the ball. Average for the year today, they've already have 270 yards, and it's still the third quarter.
Bowens inside the 35 to the 34. It's either Bowens or Richardson, boy, when it's coming straight ahead, and they're interchangeable.
Yeah, we really have to give some credit to that offensive line. Center Matt Hollis and Allen and Maple, the two guards, and Allison and Ingram, the two tackles, have just been doing a magnificent job of getting up inside. And also Ray Crump, number 52, has been playing a lot in this football game too.
Second down, 7 to go. Ball at the 34. Robinson again. And Robinson just seems to find those little openings. He doesn't care if he's backpedaling or going sideways. He's got another first down. He made the tackle.
Yeah, last year it was Edmondson, the quarterback, that got knocked out of the game, but Robinson is doing it. Watch his feet. He never stops moving them, and he never starts going upfield as he keeps his eyes open and just keeps spinning and falling forward. He's really taken control of this game, but it also helps that when you want to run the fullback, you can pick up positive yards.
I don't think Dieter Brock ever ran it that well. He played here, did he? Right. First down at the 26-yard line. And straight ahead goes Bowens. Bowens to the 23-yard line. Ronnie Fuller, the defensive end, in on the stop along with Cooper Harris. And the clock winds its way near the 4-minute mark remaining in the third quarter. Jacksonville State in front by 4 and trying to add to it on this drive.
You know, for the year, Jacksonville State is only averaging 46 yards with the pass. But Pittsburgh State continues to send two people out with wide receivers all the time.
They blitz here, and the stunt may not pay off. Outside of the 20, Burt Flowers with his first carry of the day. Pickup of 3.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh State is going to have to do something different to try to slow them down. You're right, they did come with a blitz that time. They don't like to do it because they don't match up well in the secondary. They don't want to play a lot of man coverage.
Seemed like they left their defensive tackles as wide as possible and trying to force Jacksonville State to come up the middle and then stunt that middle. But they go outside, so the Gamecocks had the answer to it. 3rd and a long 4. This time they do go up the middle, and it is stopped by Pittsburgh State. They finally close that door. Chris Hanna and Chance Ruzick get on the tackle.
Same defense, actually, again, Brad. They put the tackles wide, and they came from the outside backers inside, trying to give them a different look. They've been hesitant to do it, but that's the first time they've been able to stop the football with the fullback all day.
Slade Stinnett, who's already got a 42-yarder today, is going to try one from 36. This would give the Gamecocks a 7-point lead if he can hit it. And it faded on him to the right side. He missed it. So new life for the Pittsburgh State defense with 2:37 left. 17-13. The Gorillas are behind. Their mascot still pumping his fists with 2:37 left. Gary, you know, you talked about in the open that the strength of the Jacksonville State defense was against the run. And boy, they showed it to us today so far.
Yeah, they really have. They've just been able to dominate the stats. You can see it, their season average by Moore and what he has today, and Tobin and Hutchins. And I really think they're going to have to go to the air to move the ball on this drive.
I still keep expecting to see number 29 break one, though, sometime. From the 20. Moore got 4 as we go to Adrian.
One of these things that guys are doing very, very well here in the second half as far as Jacksonville State's defense is concerned, particularly their line guys, is using their hands really well. They're like cats that just jump right off of those blocks. They got 6, 7 guys getting to the ball, swarming around the ball. Exactly what they need to shut down Moore and company.
There's a look at that Jacksonville State defense. They do have a lot of speed. That's what Roland Houston, their defensive coordinator, was talking to us about yesterday. They don't lack for wheels. 2nd and 6, pitch to Moore. Oh, did he put a lick? What a lick on Tim Sutton, and then kept on going for a first down to the 36-yard line. Moore got 11 there.
Yeah, he put it on Tim Sutton, but a good block that time by Paul Sparkman, the tight end, who got Moore around the corner. He hasn't been able to run inside really effectively, but you're going to see the counter option this time comes around. Tight end takes a little arc block, seals in, and watch the delivery right here of a running back. Boom. That's throwing the free safety out of the way. You don't like to tackle those fullbacks when they had a head of steam going.
Tim Sutton's 188-pounder. He's not a little safety. Moore's got 60 yards now and 11 carries. Almost had his head taken off by Marty Bridges.
Guess who? Marty Bridges.
That was a low bridge there, huh?
I'll tell you, this guy has really been impressive. The linemen for Pittsburgh State have to come off and account for him. He's just hitting the line of scrimmage. They're stunts, they're run stunts. Either that or they need to come. You're going to see him right side of your screen, number 34. You see him just an alley-oop by Andy Kessinger that time. Olazen does not keep his eyes open. He's into the backfield making the play.
Marty Bridges' 7th tackle of the day. 2nd down and 8. Moore on the corner. Boy, somebody got him from behind, though. I thought he was off to the races. Might have been Bridges again. 34, he's out there, along with Eric Stevens.
Well, I'll tell you, they've been effective running the ball wide and getting the ball in Moore's hands to the outside of the formation. I think they should stay with it. You're going to see Marty Bridges running him down the outside.
That was Willie Jett, actually, 30. Bridges helped out, and Eric Stevens, who was trying to help out on the play, I think, is the man down.
Yeah, when Ron Moore gets his head of steam turned up, he really can just flat out fly. You know, when you go 225, 220 as a fullback and run a 4.5 40, that counts in any league, let alone Division II.
Bill Burgess. Woodlawn High School and Oxford High School, first as a high school coach and then moving on, and as we said, has done a great job with this program out of Jacksonville, Alabama. Our concern now is on the down man.
Is it Goggins? Eric
I thought
Stevens.
It was Eric Stevens, but maybe we shouldn't guess. It's been hard to see a number of any sort. He's the guy that would be playing out on that corner, though. .111 left in the 3rd quarter with Jacksonville State in front, 17-13. And Eric Stevens, a junior cornerback, is the man down.
Well, we got a lot of activity of people running around. I don't know if they're looking for a stretcher or the ambulance or what, but apparently there is activity going in both directions here, trying to get some help to the player on the field.
Out of Walterboro, South Carolina, the junior who was trying to help out on the tackle. We'll get another look and see just where he came into play.
You see him coming in from the right side and just kind of gets rolled over from the side. Both his own men coming tackling Ron Moore from behind adds to the input of that strength, is rolling over that arm or shoulder or whatever that hurt him, and you know, he's down, and you can see the medical people starting to come out onto the field.
And of course, all the concern we've had after the Dennis Byrd incident and all of that, but we've already seen Eric's feet moving and everything, so that's a positive sign, I guess, if there is a positive sign so far. Wesley Goggins will be the guy that'll come in and play that corner now. And we'll try to get a report. Adrian will try to get a report just as soon as possible on the condition of Eric Stevens. But right now, they're just trying to get him stabilized and on the stretcher.
Well, the only time that Pittsburgh State has really effectively moved the ball, Brian Hutchins has had to make some big plays himself. And let's see in the rest of this drive if he can come up with another couple big plays.
All right, we'll take a look at the rest of that drive and check on Eric Stevens' condition when we come back to Florence, Alabama after this. Down at 3, Pittsburgh State. Moore gets it for them. Riley Reynolds made the tackle, but Ronald Moore off the right side picks up the needed yardage. Let's go down to Adrian Karsten.
Well, here's the injury to Eric Stevens. He got a knee right in the forehead, right in the front of the helmet. There is some neck pain at this point. They're going to take him to the hospital for x-rays. They don't even want to speculate on any cervical problems or neurological damage at this point.
All right, thanks, Adrian. And if we get anything else on Eric's condition before the end of the game, we'll certainly pass it along to you. First down for the defending champion Pittsburgh State Gorillas in the final half-minute of the third quarter, and a great open field tackle.
Eric King came up and made that play. Beautiful job. The two outside backers for the Gamecocks have really been playing an outstanding game, and of course Marty Bridges inside have just been tough also. Actually all 4 of them, can't forget Barnett, and that's really been the difference in this defense, Brian.
Final play of the third quarter, if they get it, snaps. They may not. And they're not even going to try. As Brian Hutchins looks back, lets that clock run out, and the third quarter is over. And now the defending champions find themselves in a familiar position, trailing, heading into the fourth quarter. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, and Adrian Karsten in Florence, Alabama. The Division II National Championship is 15 minutes away from being decided, and Jacksonville State's got the lead, 16-13. Second down and 10 for Pittsburgh State. End around coming. Staten's got his hands on it, cuts back up inside, and got into Gamecocks territory at the 48-yard line. Storyline of this one, Ronald Moore's been held pretty much in check, but not on the opening kickoff of the game, as the Harlan Hill Award winner took it 99 yards and a kick return on the first play of the game. But Jacksonville State's had the ball more than 12 minutes, nearly 12 minutes more than their opponent, and they've got 14 unanswered points thanks to their ground game this afternoon. I got to think the Gorillas got to throw it pretty soon, Garrett.
Well, I think they're going to still play 4-down territory here, but you're right. Stanton is the guy out there, and he put it right in his hands that time, Brian Hutchins, and he didn't come up with the catch. He's the guy out there, I think, that has a mismatch on their secondary, especially now with Eric Stevens not playing.
So it'll bring up a 4th down.
You know, we used to always say there's a reason why a guy's second string. Let's find out why.
Yeah. Well, earlier on 4th and 12, they went for it. On 4th and about 7, you're not going to hear.
Well, 4th and 12 is a lot easier than 4th and 7.
Jeff Wood to punt. That's Danny Lee back deep, trying to keep it out of his hands, and they angle it near the sideline. Not a bad kick for Wood. It got inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 31-yard kick, and the Gamecocks will have it on offense with 14-14 left. Speaking of offense, you can always expect some offense from the Miami Dolphins. Dan Marino with the Marks Brothers and company as the Dolphins try to stay in the thick of the playoff hunt as the NFL season starts to wind down. We've got the Dolphins and the Jets for you coming up Sunday night, 8 o'clock game time right here at ESPN. First and 10. Jacksonville State. They'd like to put about a 14-minute and 14-second drive together with their fullbacks here, but Pitt State's got other ideas.
Well, there's no doubt that Pittsburgh State now has given up on their wide tackle 6 look and playing a read defense. They're starting to attack and blitz their linebackers and move, but that makes them susceptible to the outside option with a big play.
It's amazing, 2 of the teams best in the country at turnover ratio, and I guess they're showing why they don't turn it over much, because we haven't had a lot of loose footballs and interceptions and all of that. Second down and 8. Powell's a motion man, and he gets the handle. He got swarmed under. Chris Brown got out there. So did Carlos Nevins, excuse me. They put a crunch on the little guy.
You know, you can see the difference right now of the pursuit and the running of Pittsburgh State from behind. Watch everybody following that ball, running, everybody in a full sprint. Chris Brown's coming up, makes the play from the free safety position, but watch out. That's when it gets time when the free safety starts making tackles where you can go deep with the option.
Third down and 5. Robinson, quick hips outside, got the corner, got the first, and he's all the way out near midfield.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When you start blitzing those linebackers, it opens it up on the fullback key play where the quarterback can come out. And when you have a shake move like Chuck Robinson does, you can get around people, especially standing linebackers. Watch this linebacker out. Bradbury's just standing there, and Robinson into the secondary with a huge play. Already 100-yard rushing now for Chuck Robinson in this football game on just 12 carries.
Here's a good look at him out of Forest Park, Georgia, former Clayton County Player of the Year back in high school. And there's what he's done just in the second half. And now straight up the middle with a fullback, Richardson. And he's into Pitt State territory at the 49-yard line.
Starting to play a lot of one-on-one coverage now in the secondary. Duke Palmer, number 10, is matched up man-to-man. And they're starting to almost commit 10 other people to stop the running game.
They've got a quarterback with over 100 yards on the ground and a fullback, Richardson, with 87 on 19 carries.
And the other fullback's over 50 yards.
Bowens, that's right. Serious ground game here today for Jacksonville State. Robinson again sheds off would-be tacklers. He might have another first down. With a bad ankle, I'd like to see him healthy. Would you?
We're gonna slash that bad ankle out of there now. This is we're not gonna be able to take that bad ankle anymore. It's part of the act, I think, now. He just is too quick and too effective. His growth has really changed this football team. He's been able to run the whole offense now. We talked to Charlie Mascalco, their offensive coordinator, and he says, as I gave him more to do, he did it better, and we've just grown confident in him.
Another first down at the 43-yard line. Richardson dragging people with him for 10 more. And now he's closing in on the century mark. And Coach Chuck Royals is going, you know what? We didn't let that many people run that many yards on us back in the late 60s.
Yeah, he was a little upset that time with Carlos Nevins, number 44. He ran right by the fullback, and I'm sure that was an assignment because he was right in Carlos Nevins' face after that play. And, you know, Coach Royals was the defensive coordinator just a year ago, and he's made his name running deep. You see he's out of right again as he takes him out of the football game.
First down to 33. A touchdown on this drive could start to put this thing maybe not away, but certainly in serious favor of the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. But remember, Pittsburgh State has had to come from behind a lot of times this year, even in the playoffs. As we showed you as we started the game today, they had to come from behind against North Dakota State and Portland State to win, so they're capable of it. But you don't want to find yourself down 24 to 13 if indeed Jacksonville State can get a touchdown. Eighth play of the drive.
Not with the tough time they've had running the ball in this game, especially.
2nd and 7. Richardson stood up that time by Lance Gosh, the inside linebacker out of Webb City, Missouri. Bradbury was there too.
We really haven't heard Gosh's name called a lot, and that's not good news. You know, captain of your football team, an inside linebacker has to make a lot of plays, and you know, since they're early in the game, we haven't heard from him much.
200-yard rushers now in the backfield for Jacksonville State. Robinson and now Richardson. And it's 3rd and 3. This was a huge 3rd and 3 for the Pitt State defense. Robinson waits and maybe waited a little too long as the Gorillas do hold. Cooper Harris is there. Brown from the secondary. And also Jerry Boone, the outside linebacker.
Really an interesting call right here. You know, a field goal puts them up 20 to 13, makes it a 7-point game.
Robinson down again.
Man, it's that left shin. It's been bothering him. If he runs the next one, 100 yards, that makes it easier to go for the field goal when your quarterback comes up limping right here. We're going to see it. It's the counter option again. I think it's right at the end of this play. If he doesn't get it hit, falls on again. It kind of gets bent underneath that time. And I think that's probably a little different injury, more of a sprain than the kick in the shin.
Slade stinted in to try a 43-yard field goal. He hit from 42 in the first half, but he's also missed one today. And this to try to give Jacksonville State again a 7-point lead if he can connect. He hit his 42-yarder going this direction, just about the same spot. Kick on the way. Just at the end, it's shaded to the right. A little bit wide. 9:43 remaining in the ball game. Jacksonville State still in front, but the Gorillas will have it when we come back. Tonight's presentation of the NCAA Division II Football Championship is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you friends know when to say when. 9 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in the ball game. The defending champions, Pittsburgh State, trail by 4, but they got the ball back at their own 26-yard line. The pitch, Ronald Moore on the corner. Broke one tackle and drags Bridges with him out of bounds.
You know, Ray Staten is not in on this drive. Shad Kling is in number 87. I think it's because they want to run wide. Kling has done a nice job all game of blocking. He's going to have to get up in Wesley Goggins' face this time, and that's all Ron Moore needs is just a little bit of help to get around the corner, and he could just shed those corners.
Oh, he's got nice balance after he makes contact, doesn't he?
He really has good forward lead when he runs, and he feels confident looking at those little DBs.
That's right. Second down and 1 as Moore got 9 there. There's Kling, the guy Gary was talking about, in motion. Whoa.
Guess who?
Bridges.
I'll tell you, I was down on the field before the game, and this man was ready to play. As Pittsburgh State huddled up before the game, before the start of their warm-ups, Marty Bridges was in their face saying, we are here today and we're not leaving without a victory. He was all talk, and now he's walking the walk.
Sophomore out of Jasper, Georgia. And he was a great running back in high school, too. 4 straight years over 1,000 yards as an offensive player. He's been pretty offensive to the Pittsburgh State club today. This time, it's Jacarl Barnett with the tackle on Joey Tobin. And here comes a long yardage situation.
You know, just as we talked in the first half when Pittsburgh State jumped out ahead 13-3, and the momentum still seemed to be in Jacksonville State's side of the field. I got a feeling right now that Pittsburgh State looks up at the scoreboard, the way they've been pushing around the field, and feels pretty good that they still have an opportunity to win this football game, and that breeds confidence.
Let me correct myself. They got the first down. First down at the 37. Plenty of time left. Pump fake. And Hutchins trying to throw a sideline pass to Shad Kling, and he couldn't quite get free over there. Incomplete at second down.
Well, remember early in the game when they tried to throw that quick out to the outside and was knocked down? Same motion that time, came in motion, same play, but it was out and up, and it really no bite from the outside, and nothing there. He had to throw it away.
Some of the success they've had throwing today has been to Ronald Moore out of the backfield over the middle. We haven't seen that since early in the second quarter, though. Hutchins pitches to Moore. Oh, almost got a face mask there as he got maybe 2 yards. Randall Sherman made the tackle.
Randall Sherman and Marty Bridges again. Marty Bridges seems to be inside the huddle for Pittsburgh State. He just is there when they run the ball to the fullback. They pitch it wide. He's on there to make the play. Got 83 yards, Ron Moore, today, but it has been, I bet he's got 83 bruises to match the 83 yards. Let's see it on this pitch if they got a face mask. There it is. It is Bridges. Looked like he caught his face mask just a little bit.
He may have caught it, but the officials didn't. Third down and 8. Hutchins down the middle for Moore, and it's intercepted. Wesley Goggins with the pick. First turnover of the day by Pittsburgh State, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. We talked about going down the middle of Moore. They tried it, Gary.
And they tried it earlier in the game. It was the same play that he tried to isolate Bridges on early. This time they caught him more in his zone. He overthrew it. But you know what, Brad? On 3rd and 10, in this type of a situation, it's not a killer. It's really like a punt. You see Bridges, but this time he's looking at the quarterback. Gets a little jam, but from behind, the interception by Goggins, who's subbing for Eric Stevens.
That's right. At the 31-yard line. Bowens stood up and knocked down after maybe a yard gain as we get on to Adrian Karsten. Adrian?
We have a couple of key players as far as the Gamecocks are concerned. First of all, Chuck Robinson keeps taking a shot on that left shin of his. He's hobbling around here on the sideline. Says he can go, but Dr. Bill Clancy's going to hold him out from now. Secondly, to Eric Stevens, the x-rays he's undergoing right now are totally precautionary. I'll give you more on that after this play.
This play, a 2nd and 8. The Gamecocks with 7 minutes to go have the lead in the ball, and Corky Gordon pitches outside to Powell, and he's got a first down. Ball loose. Pittsburgh State says they've got it, but it's been blown dead. That's the turnover they were hoping for, but they didn't get it. Boy, that whole bench just lit up over there.
Let's see at the end of this play if Powell does put the ball on the ground before he's down. Spins once, gets hit from behind. And really, that's a tough look for me.
I don't think his legs ever touched the ground.
It really appeared to be that he had either knee hit the ground. We're looking at it in slow motion, so you can see how tough it would be for the official.
Now they're having a look at Chris Brown, the free safety, who is back in the Jacksonville State backfield, and he's having problems. And speaking of injury problems, maybe we can go back to Adrian now and get a further update on the condition.
I'll get the update on Brown here as soon as I can, Brad. But first of all, as far as Stevens was concerned, he never lost consciousness. There was never any tingling or numbness in any one of his limbs. It was his neck that took the brunt of that knee. Right to the front of the helmet actually went into his face mask. So it's more than just ringing his bell. But just again, precautionary measure as far as taking x-rays are concerned. We have no result on those x-rays yet, but I'll give them to you when I get them.
Okay. Thanks, Adrian. Chris Brown now is not quite sure if he's in Florence, Alabama or Phoenix City, Alabama. He's heading to the sideline.
Yeah, Chris Brown is a freshman free safety and a tough guy for them to lose. We'll look at it in a second.
They bring in Eric Perks to play his spot. A crucial time of the football game. As on first down, Bowens goes out for 4 more.
Let's see if we can keep an eye right here. This is Chris Brown right there. Keep your eye on him. He gets a crackback block from the wide receiver.
Ooh.
Completely legal. They got him right in the face. Legal block, and he's down. And that's tough for Pittsburgh State. Chris Brown has 21 tackles in this football game, bro.
Ooh. That was a wicked lick.
And that's how you're taught to block. You get those free safeties. They don't even see you. You come from the side.
Second down and 6. We're approaching the 6-minute mark. Jacksonville State's Gamecocks with a 17-13 lead. And Terrence Bowens off the left side. Didn't get the first down, though. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a yard or 2. Chance Ruzick get on the tackle.
You really have to admire the job Corky Gordon has done in this football game. Twice he's come into this game. Nothing's happened. No fumbled snaps. No bad ball handling. And you can see it's been Pittsburgh State's inability to run the football in both the first and second half. And look at Jacksonville State just put on the yards.
Who would have thought that it would be Pittsburgh State struggling to run the ball? Jacksonville State we knew could run the ball well, but maybe not Kepler. 3rd and 2. Gordon, first down. Troy Wilson drags him back, but forward progress has him at the 44-yard line.
It's just the quickness of these two quarterbacks. Every time they fake it to the fullback and they get on the corner, the linebackers for the Gorillas just can't handle that speed. They just don't get a shot at them, and they just don't bring them down.
And then every time you kind of get back on your heels worrying about that, it's one of those 230-pound fullbacks coming in your face.
Richardson or Bowens.
And there's Chuck Robinson on the sideline. He's already got his hay in the barn. 100-yard rushing day. And now Corky Gordon, the sophomore out of College Park, Georgia, is leading the charges for Jacksonville State. Bowens. Look out! To the 30. 13 yards for Bowens. Another first down. And the clock's going to work its way under 5 minutes after they move the sticks.
Get the quarterback wide on the secondary, and this time you just hand it to the fullback. Double team, 1 man inside. That time they double team Ruzick into the secondary, and now you're a free safety trying to tackle Bowens, and he is a load.
I know over the years, North Dakota State, that's won this Division II crown more than anybody else, has had some great rushing attacks, but we're about to have 3 guys go over 100 yards for one team. I don't know if that's ever happened in Division II title game. Bowens with 93 now. 94.
Yeah, with 4.5 minutes now, Brad, in this game, Pittsburgh State definitely has to get a stop right here. If they get another first down, it's going to be under 2 minutes before they get the ball back in the game, and they just don't have the pass offense to go down the field. They need to stop now.
You saw the roommates slap hands as one goes off and another one comes on. Bowens out, Richardson in. The 30-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Chuck Royal's team in desperate need of a stop or a turnover, something to give the ball back to their offense. 8th play of the Gamecocks drive. And it's Richardson up the middle. 4 more yards for him. And let's get more on the injury to Chris Brown as we go down to Adrian.
Well, Brad, the Gorilla defense is going to have to do it without Chris Brown in the defensive backfield. He has suffered a concussion. Brown just coming around now, but he will not play the rest of this afternoon.
Well, he's had a heck of a game. Freshman out of Liberal, Kansas. He's put in a lot of time on that field, and Pittsburgh State defense is going to try a shoulder or a back. 3rd and 6. Gordon spins short of the first down, and now it's decision time because Stinnett, their kicker, has missed his last 2 field goals. Do you try to go up 7 here, or do you try to go for the first down?
Not me. I'm gonna try to get the first down and put the game away with my offense. I've been having more success with offense in a kicking game. That time Jerry Boone just barely tripped up Corky Gordon, and they had another first down.
Bill Burgess agrees with you. It is 4th down and almost 3.
I like the odds of having my quarterback have the ball with the triple option.
Corky Gordon, all 5'7", 155 pounds of him, under center. I don't know. It is so close. He left it in Richardson's stomach the whole time with the option to pull it out, and he almost dragged his guy down with him.
Well, let me correct you on that one. He didn't leave it there. He just took it from him. There was no way he was going to get that ball out of his stomach. You're going to see Richardson right here. Gordon is going to try to get it out. Let me have it back. No, I got it. I'm not giving it back. I can get the first down myself. And when you go for over 100 yards, you just got to let the fullback have it.
Here's the biggest measurement of the game, obviously. Oh, it looks a chain link or 2 shy. Pitt State's got it back.
And you could see that Gordon knew that he could get the ball out and pick up the first down easily, and Richardson just wanted no part of letting them have it. That's tough execution there and a big stop.
We'll see if the Gorillas can somehow pull another miracle comeback when we come back. National champs a year ago.
Yeah, well, to put one on the other arm, they're going to have to get it going. I'll tell you that right now.
And they're a long ways away. 79 yards away, and they do need a touchdown, not a field goal. The Gorillas trail by 4, and maybe it's going to be on the right arm of that young man now.
Remember, he's never lost a game as a starter for Pittsburgh State.
He keeps it, finds some open area.
And even really more impressive than that, Brad, he's only lost 2 games as a high school starting quarterback, a complete winner. And, you know, we talked to Jerry Gill, the offensive coordinator, and sometimes he says, Brian Hutchins, he just looked at me and says, don't worry, Coach. I got it in hand.
I got it. I don't lose.
Still 2 tight ends, though.
2nd down and 2. Hutchins again, this time on the pitch, late to Moore.
A great job that time from the outside.
Goggins has had a big game since he came in.
Goggins has done a great job playing off the block by Kling that time, getting in there and making the tackle. That was a huge play because Ron Moore, had that block been made, could have got a sprung for a long gainer. Watch Hutchins wait till the last second to pitch it. Takes his man right there, and if that block is made to the outside, Ron Moore's on his way.
And Ron Moore stacked up again. Randall Sherman is there. And now it's going to be 4th down and about 2. 1:43 left.
The linebackers for the Gamecocks have just played an outstanding football game.
We'll see what the Pitt State Gorillas will do on 4th down when we come back. 1:43 left. Jacksonville State up by 4. Let's go down to Adrian Karsten.
Brad, here's the play. It's going to be a base bootleg. Should come to the wide side of the field, running toward the Pittsburgh State side of the field. Hutchins going, of course, for the first down and a chance to win the game.
The object there for Hutchins is giving him a pass-run option. He's got people in the flat, but he also has the opportunity to run the ball. Still 2 tight ends, and he's got outflanked there.
4th and 2. There's the boot. There's the man, and he made the catch. First down. Got it to his tight end, Scott Lutz.
Scott Lutz is the guy who caught the ball that time. It looked like a naked for a second, and then Lutz just delayed and got in there.
At the 34-yard line. And now a 2 wide receiver set with Staten and Kling. And they want to throw to Staten, and he's got it. Down to the 45-yard line. Another first down, Pitt State.
Nice job that time by Hutchins again. Running to his left. That's really an easier throw to the quarterback because your throwing arm is downfield. Puts it right in there. You see those guys, they're on the sideline. Chance to get a national championship. You do everything you can. You pray to anybody. Pray with anybody, too.
They've had some prayers answered in the last couple weeks in the playoffs just to get here. And now it's Kling over the middle. And he's down to the 26-yard line. Hutchins, who, as Gary said, has told his coaches, Coach, don't worry. I don't plan on losing. 1:12 left. Clock stopped as they move the sticks. That was a 19-yard pickup. Now the clock will start on the snap. It's a first down at the 26-yard line. And now a timeout. Jacksonville State, they want to regroup.
Really an interesting formation that Pittsburgh State has. Something you don't really see very often at all at any level. Only 4 offensive linemen in the football game. They go on balanced line and run pass protection from just 1 tackle in the game and 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers. You can see they've only got 2 people down here. They've got everybody on this side, and that's an unbalanced line with the man here. And it's really a different formation. You're going to see Kling come down the center of the field, and Hutchins throw just a beautiful pass. He gets it on his shoulder. It's a formation they also run to the weak side of that play, too, with Ron Moore on the option.
Bill Burgess, this is his last shot at a Division II championship. This team moves to Division I AA next year. He's got a lot of seniors, the winningest senior class ever for the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. They wanted one more win. They might still hang on to get it. They're up by 4, but on the other side, you've got a guy that's won 25 straight ball games. 84-6-1 since 1986 is Pitt State, and they've got it first down at the 26-yard line of the Gamecocks. And he has been gigantic this drive. Hutchins keeps it this time.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been the whole drive this time for Brian Hutchins. You can really tell a winner. I mean, we saw him yesterday, looks like a choir boy, but he plays with a big heart. Calling the plays at the line of scrimmage, moving his line, going on balanced line.
Under a minute. Bridges got it. Just enough power on that swipe by Bridges. And Bridges has been one of the top tacklers on the field today. That's his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Yes.
We've got a timeout with 43 seconds left. Don't go anywhere. This one's still very much in doubt. 43 seconds left in the game. Jacksonville State still by 4, but their linebacker Bridges has made some gigantic plays today, Gary.
Yeah, from the line of scrimmage, you're going to see him come from the left side of your screen. He times it out again, and Brian Hutchins really had nothing to do but eat the ball and take a sack.
9th play of the drive for the Gorillas, and it's 3rd down at 10. Hutchins cuts it up to the 22, but remember, a field goal does them no good. Bridges again, along with Mondrico Blair, made the tackle.
Yeah, you're right, and the whole object there is they knew they had 2 plays for a first down. Kind of surprised they're taking a timeout right there because they're going to be in trouble after this first down.
Another timeout. Let's go down to Adrian Carson with 29 seconds left.
Standing by, guys. I don't have the play yet, but I'm going to try and get it for you. This will be the last opportunity to maintain and win back-to-back national championships. So I'll let you when I get it.
We'll let you eavesdrop. And we'll remind everybody that in the last 2 weeks in the playoffs, this Pittsburgh State team has had to come from behind. They beat North Dakota State in overtime thanks to Jeff Wood's 39-yard field goal with 2 seconds left, sent it to OT, and then their defense came up big to stop a North Dakota State 2-point conversion attempt. And then Portland State last week had a 12-point lead going to the 4th quarter, only to see it vanish, and it was a 41-38 win for Pittsburgh State in that one. And of course, on the other sideline, you've got a club that is trying for the 4th time to win the NCAA Division II championship, and they're 29 seconds away if their defense can come up and stop Pitt State on 4th and 6. And that just about tells it all right there.
Well, I don't think they're going to be able to run far enough for this thing. I think they're going to have to throw the ball. Brian Hutchins is going to have to get out of the pocket.
Adrian, what do you got?
Is going to be a sweep off to the right. He will either keep it or pass it to the right side of the field.
Here it comes. Last play of the game. He goes down the middle, and it's broken up. Eric King got a hand on the pass intended for Shad Kling, and that might do it for the Gamecocks. players on this Jacksonville State team tasted defeat in last year's championship game, and right now they're just a couple snaps away from the sweet taste of a title. It's going to be party time in Northeast Alabama tonight. Gordon takes a knee. Pitt State can't stop it. Two teams on the very same field who battled for 8 quarters against each other. Pitt State won it last year. Jacksonville State's won it this year. Thanks to a ground game that produced 390 yards, the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State of Alabama are the NCAA Division II national champions.
Well, Ron Moore didn't have the big game, and I think Eric King made the last play and knocked down that pass. But you really have to give credit to the offensive line and the ball handling. You got to also salute backup quarterback Corky Gordon coming in and playing an outstanding game, and it really was an outstanding game for the state team. There he is. He really came up big as a backup player.
And, of course, a guy that had 100 yards to help the victory. Robinson signing autographs. Here's the last play on offense for Pitt State.
Tried to get it to Shad Kling, and you can see it. Eric King just reaches up, knocks it down, and that's a national championship. And that has to feel good.
A national championship play by the defense of Jacksonville State that was so impressive all day long. And the Gamecocks win the title 17-13. Well, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks hold on and win this Division II championship game over the Gorillas of Pittsburgh State today. The final 17-13, the championship plaque aloft. And what a defensive job they did against the #1 ground game in the country in Division II. Part of that was a great linebacker named Marty Bridges. He's with Adrian down on the field.
All right, Brad, thanks very much. With Marty Bridges. Marty, you took the Harlan Hill Trophy winner and stuffed him with it.
Yeah, we knew coming in the game that they'd be going to him a lot because, you know, of course, they don't want to Harlan Hill, so, you know, they expect him to have a good game. But, you know, our team, you know, we've been working on the run all week long. And, you know, we knew it was him. And, you know, later on in the game, we picked up what they was doing. And, you know, we just was there at the good, right time at the right, you know, right time at the right place.
Why such a big game today? Was just smelling out the football or some adjustment maybe you made to free you up a little bit?
Well, really, you know, it was just, you know, all hard today. Because, you know, we look at it this way, you know, this is our first, this is, you know, our only chance to try to win a championship, especially as seniors, juniors, and sophomores. You know, so we just came out and just played hard and, you know, just leave everything on the field.
For all of your seniors to come here 3 out of 4 years, drop it last year and now get it. Now it's, I guess, up to you to bring them back next year.
Yeah, you know, we know next year, you know, we got to work hard. But I feel like, you know, this right here is great momentum. And we're just looking forward to Division I and AA.
Enjoy it, man.
And can I say something too? And I like to say, you know, tied to my family at home for believing in me. And take care, and I'll be home soon with a ring.
Let's take it home to Brad.
Well, Marty Bridges was certainly a big part of a great defensive effort today, Gary, by Jacksonville State. You know, they could have spit the bit right away at the beginning of the ball game when you see a guy go 99 yards on a kickoff return to put your team behind by 6. They hung in all day long, though.
Well, they really did, Brad. I think their defense, you know, got the game going on their side. Their linebackers, you know, Barrett and everybody involved in it just kept them off balance. Moore never really got on track, and Hutchins almost pulled it off in the end. But when you don't have a ground game going with 2 tight ends, you have a problem.
And you talk about a ground game. How about Jacksonville State's today? We expected it to be the other way around. Pitt State comes in as the #1 rushing team in the country, and look what Jacksonville State did today.
Yeah, and of that, 200 yards of it is in the fullback position, Richardson and Bowens, and the quarterback with Robinson and Gordon picking up over 130 yards. So that's ball control, and that's how you get 38 minutes in time of possession.
Well, it didn't take time of possession-wise the defending champion Gorillas of Pitt State long to get on the board. This is the opening kickoff of the ball game, and this is the Harlan Hill Trophy winner, Ronald Moore.
Well, you can see the type of speed he has and the power power he has. A great straight arm on this play. Shifts the ball over. He's a 4-5 sprinter. And this really shocked everybody. They missed the extra point, and that's going to be big in this football game because it came down to be a 4-point game at the end. They had to go for the touchdown, but that started the game off 6-0. But really the story of the football game was the running of the fullbacks. This is Richardson and Bowens, and they both were able to run the ball inside, and that set up the option game to the outside and really kept them off balance. End of the game, though, one final drive. Brian Hutchins had a chance to win the football game. He's never lost a game as a starter at Pittsburgh State. A throw here to Klinge, and from the outside, Eric King, a senior, great leadership, been here 3 times, makes the deflection, and they're national champ.
No substitute for experience and leadership in a ball game like this. 33 of these guys were here last year, and they lost. Well, they're a very happy bunch today. Their final chance to win a Division II crown, and they do it. Let's go down to Adrian Karsten.
Brad, thank you very much. Coach, you're a national champion. Congratulations.
I tell you what, it feels great, too. Adrian, I wish I could tell y'all how hard these guys have worked to give us an opportunity to be the national. And I mean that sincerely. These players, this group of assistant coaches, and I tell you, I'm awful happy they took me along for the ride because I sure did enjoy it. But what a great game. Pittsburgh State, hey, defending national champion, and they defended it great. You know, I mean, we got all the respect in the world for them. They're a great football team, but our young men played great today, and I think it's a tribute to Jacksonville State University, the Gulf South Conference, and this fine group of young men that we have.
You not only shut down the best player at his level, but you took away their passing game as well. What do you think really was the key to your victory here today?
Well, I really think the offense making first downs. You know, we talked about that last night, that we had to make first downs and don't give them a heck of a lot of possessions. I think that was one big key. And I think the defense, you know, being able to not give up the big play. You know, we get the big play on the opening kickoff. You know, that's not a recommended way to start a championship game. But other than that, we pretty much were able to, you know, to keep them off of the big play, make them go a long distance. And I think that, you know, gave us an opportunity to win the ball game.
Courageous effort by Robinson, outstanding performance by Bridges.
He's done a great job all year long. You know, he can play with pain. He does an excellent job. I know Corky, I thought when Corky went in and had to go in and let Chuck rest some, he did it. Well, he took us down, you know, for our first touchdown. Did a great job with it. But it's a team thing. Our offense, Adrian, it's a team-oriented offense. It's a team-oriented defense. And these guys play great as a team. They really do.
Enjoy your national title. Brad, back to you, sir.
So the 4th time proved to be the charm for the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State as they win the Division II National Championship today, 17-13. And a defense that was not to be denied comes up with a final gem on the last attempt by the defending champions. And now it's a new champion as they win it in their home state of Alabama. And that plaque is going back to Jacksonville, Alabama. For Gary Danielson and Adrian Karsten, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long from Florence.